Real live. Okay.
Real live.
Real live. We're real live. Stairway to Cinema, episode 19. Me.
Yeah.
Dirty Irish and Almond here. You know.
That's right.
He said it was okay if I did another list, so I got a top 200 of the 90s today. It's
200. That's a lot.
It was very hard. It was hard. It was very hard.
Yeah. But before that, you sent me the trailer for
Robert the Bruce,
and it doesn't look good. No. Yeah. When I first I heard about this movie a long time ago, and I was like, why not? Medieval movie that has Jared Harris, but it looks kind of bad.
Yeah. Reminded that not all great actors make good movies.
That's sadly true. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take the check, and I think Jared Harris. It's funny because you said poor Jared Harris, and I immediately saw on the YouTube the comments, 3 people were saying poor Jared Harris. So
yeah, everybody likes him now because of Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Have you seen? I just saw the trailer for Greyhound.
I heard about this.
Doesn't look good.
No?
Not really. It looks very Hollywood, just some generic war movie.
Spielberg?
And it's not Spielberg.
But does it look Spielberg?
No, not at all. And that's a bad thing, yeah. Looks
that's too bad.
CG.
Ew.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not interesting to me. I think that's all of. Have you heard that James Bond was postponed to November?
Coronavirus?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. The coronavirus has taken over the industry, a lot of industries.
Yeah,
Hollywood is looking like I don't know, somewhere around $600 million in losses.
Yeah, because they can't rely on the Chinese market.
Yeah.
Obviously, and so they thought No Time to Die is coming out in November. That's cool. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, but
I like that. November's good.
Yeah. We don't really have a big blockbuster this year in winter, except for Dune. But I'm kind of afraid that Dune is gonna flop. No.
You're forgetting about an MCU movie though. Eternals launches.
That time. Oh really? I thought that was summer or something.
No, I think it's later.
Oh, okay.
Because I know summer's Black Widow.
Right. Yeah.
Which is 2 months away. But I agree with you. Dune probably gonna flop just because it is Dune.
Yeah, it's too. I don't know. It's not mainstream, I guess.
But we'll see, though. I mean, a trailer gets people hyped, so.
Oh yeah.
And it's coming out in December. There's no Star Wars movies this year to contend with, So. Got that going for it.
Have you seen the new pictures of the Batman?
I have the Batmobile.
Yeah, the Batmobile. It looks like something from Mad Max.
It looks awesome.
It does. It is.
100% behind this Batmobile because it actually looks like a fucking
car.
Batmobile. Yeah, it actually looks like a car. This time. So very happy about that. And I have a feeling that this Batman is gonna highlight Gotham. I've said it before that my biggest complaints about the Nolan movies is that it doesn't feel like Gotham. It just feels like another New York City type thing.
That's kind of true, yeah.
Whereas the Burton movies, they went full ham, I would just like to see something. I want something more in the middle, but Gotham needs to feel dark and look like Gotham to me. So I have this feeling that this movie's going to be very good.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully. By the way, I discovered a new band. Maybe you know it.
Yeah, this isn't a fucking music show. I mean,
I know, but it just,
What, are we counting down our top favorite bands now?
Do you know the Moody Blues?
Yeah, I know the Moody Blues.
Okay. I just discovered some songs of them. Pretty cool. Anyways.
I love how when you say I discover a band, it's like a 70s band. It's hilarious.
Or 60s.
Thought you were going to bust out some new wave, new thing,
Dude, I discovered Queen. Never heard of that.
That's true.
So, did you watch much? Any movies?
I watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, 2 seasons.
I heard that's pretty funny.
It's one of the best shows of all time, but you got to like that
okay.
Seinfeld humor because it's Larry David, the guy that created Seinfeld.
Yeah.
My girlfriend hates it. She hates him with a passion. She has trouble sleeping when I'm watching it late at night because the sound of his voice gets to her so much. I think it's absolute genius comedy.
I saw some bits of it. It's pretty good, yeah.
It's very different. You know, it's very improv, strange comedy. But if you don't like Larry David in that style, then you're not going to enjoy it at all. I love the man, though. And then I watched a little bit of Survivor, obviously, but no movies. I've been gaming.
Come on.
Well, I got the gaming bug, so, and the streaming
I watched
bug.
so much shit this week. It's crazy.
Good. You can lay it on me. I did a fucking list of 200 movies. I've already done.
I know.
I did my share, so there you go.
That's right. I started watching a German TV show called Crime Scene Cleaner, which is pretty good.
Leslie just said COVID-19 is killing humanity, and here we have two wonderful gentlemen talking about movies.
It's not killing humanity. Come on,
It's getting a little scary. It's getting a little scary.
Yeah, slightly.
I did read that the movie Contagion, the sales are going up on Contagion and Outbreak because of because of this. Anyway,
I just saw that Outbreak is on sale on iTunes, I think.
Outbreak is fantastic.
Never saw it. So yeah, I watched that German TV show. Which is pretty alright. Okay, from worst to best, I didn't watch that many bad movies this week, which is good. You know, no Doolittle or something.
The worst movie of all time, as you.
That's
put
right.
it.
The worst movie this week was I have no idea why I watched that, but I watched Peter Rabbit.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's like I thought maybe it's like, you know, Paddington, because I like Paddington a lot, but
you do like Paddington?
Peter Rabbit is just it's not that good. Donald Gleason is pretty good, but you know, that's kind of.
Hey, we got a sequel coming in 2020.
I know.
Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway.
Also, like, it already starts that James Corden is the voice of the rabbit. And you know, that's already too much for me, because I don't like James Corden.
You don't like James Gordon?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
no. What?
You know, fun fact. The same guy that directed The King's Speech directed Cats.
I know, and I can't believe it.
Isn't that just incredible?
It's kind of sad. Then I finally watched Alien Covenant.
Ooh, interesting.
And it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not horrible, but it's not good. It's just, I don't like. There's nothing new in the movie. Like, it all feels like I've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hate that Ridley Scott decided to squeeze this whole, you know, creation of mankind bullshit into his movies.
For me, I'm like, I'm very indifferent. I'm very torn on Prometheus and Covenant both. One of the biggest complaints I have about, you know, the Ridley Scott alien movies is that, you know, you have this reincarnation of the birth of an alien in all three films, which I think is a little frustrating. They also pulled an Alien 3 moment at the start of the movie and let you know that, you know, Numi was fucking dead, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which was very reminiscent of Alien 3 when they're like, oh, Hicks and Newt, they're just dead. Everyone lost their shit over that.
Rightfully so.
The thing is, though, is I just love Michael Fassbender in both of them.
He's very good, yeah. He's probably the best part.
He's amazing. He's fucking amazing in these movies. And I love the whole David Bowie thing that they went with him. Yeah, like I like the ending, though. I remember liking the ending. I would like to watch both of them twice. You know, I mean, again, twice.
Twice.
Jesus. I would like to watch both of them, though, back to back, and just because I have a lot of issues with Prometheus as well. So.
Yeah, me too. I think Covenant is worse than Prometheus.
Yeah, I think
it has like the movie does look good, but sometimes the CGI is laughably bad.
Well, plus they do this thing too. It's really weird. Like they don't even go to the same planet that was Prometheus. They go to a different planet.
Yeah,
it's very fucking weird. Like just strange story direction with both of them in a way.
and I thought that Billy Crudup was kind of wasted. His role sucked.
Well, I mean, same thing in Prometheus, where you had this
Idris
amazing
Elba.
cast. Yeah, you had this amazing cast, or at least Theron is in it, and
everybody. Anyway, yeah, that was kind of bad. Then I watched Return of the Hero, which is a French movie, French comedy with Jean Dujardin and the chick from Inglourious Basterds.
Jean Dujardin?
That's right, the artist. And that was kind of alright. It was okay. Then which one? I watched a lot of movies that have 6 out of 10 for me.
Which in your case is watchable.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Is that considered watch again? Or is that 7? Okay.
6 does mean decent.
5 is watchable then?
Yeah, 5 is watchable.
5 is watchable, okay.
And 4 is kind of mediocre.
You can skip it if you need to.
I watched a Korean movie called Soul Searching, which is a high school comedy. It's not in Korean, it's in English. But it's in Korea there's some summer camp, and they people from different countries, born Korean, they're Koreans, but they grew up in different countries. They all come together in Korea and have that summer camp thing. And the whole movie is even the poster is a complete copy of Breakfast Club.
Oh, really?
And it does kind of feel like Breakfast Club in a way, but it's way worse. Which doesn't the movie is it's not well written. The acting isn't good. It's kind of there's lots of stereotypes and bullshit. But I kind of liked it. It was very entertaining. I don't know, just a fun high school comedy
from Korea.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't find anything on this movie. I'm fucking looking for it on IMDb.
Oh, it's Seoul, the capital of South Korea. Not Seoul.
That makes sense, mate.
Right.
That's funny, Alman.
Just look at the poster. It's basically like Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I found it.
Yeah.
Huh.
And there's that guy who's Sid Vicious, and he's a huge fan of Sid Vicious.
Wasn't the Korean, was that the good, the bad, and the ugly as well thing that you were telling me about? Was that Korean, or was that?
Yeah, that was Korean. That was with Song Kang-ho even.
Does Korea have an obsession remaking?
I mean, this is not a remake, not at all, but it's
all?
It has the same vibes, I would say.
Okay.
It's all about, getting along with the different kinds of people and stuff.
I mean, the poster alone makes you want to watch it, though, because you just
it's actually not bad. It's on Netflix, I believe.
Huh. 7.1.
Yeah, but it's very silly. I mean, I don't know. I would say it's a guilty pleasure of mine, because objectively it's not very good, but I did like it. So then I went to the theater to see The Invisible Man.
Oh, right.
It was alright. It was okay. I don't know. I'm not a horror guy, but it was okay. The effects were pretty good sometimes. The shockers.
Was it woke?
No.
No woke? Okay. That's
no.
Good. That's good.
That was okay. I watched right after The Invisible Man. I watched School of Rock with Jack Black.
God, that's so fucking weird, dude. I was having a smoke around 8 a.m. today, and I was out there thinking about Jack Black and Tropic Thunder because I was like, man, was that a 90s movie? I was tripping for a minute.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Doing these lists really fucks with you. I already fucked up twice in the last list, so I was like, I know. I didn't want to fuck up on this list, so I was really, But anyway, I thought about Jack Black and how he was wasted in a way with Tropic Thunder, I always thought, but I loved him in School of Rock. It's so weird that
School of Rock is pretty good.
Right? It is good.
It
is good.
I mean, it's still a 6 out of 10 for me because it's basically, I've seen this movie before in different shapes, Yeah. The story is totally generic, but it's pretty charming. I liked it.
Generic, charming, got some heart. Still
it's just
and it's funny.
It's a good feel-good movie. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. And pretty good.
And I would say that's Jack Black's best role, actually, because I
can't even tell.
I'm not really a big fan of Jack Black, but
No, me
really
neither.
I liked him in that. That was I think
Oh, yeah, me
that's
too.
the movie that I always point to when someone is not a Jack Black. But yeah, I'm not really into Jack Black. Jack Black.
He's okay. Yeah, then I watched Missing Link, finally. You were
Missing
curious about
Link.
that movie.
Oh, the animated movie.
It's actually stop motion animated, and I didn't know until I looked
Mhm.
it up, because it does look so slick. Honestly, the visuals are pretty great, but that's
Mhm.
kind of it. The story
Okay.
is just some generic Disney bullshit, and it's not even...
It's not even Disney.
Yeah, right, but no, the story is just okay. It's like in any other animated movie, basically.
Mhm.
But it's nice to look at. Very beautiful movie.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and Zoe Saldana and Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. You can check it out.
Who kind of is the better version of Jack Black, in a way.
I don't know. I haven't seen much with Zach, I think.
I always go, a lot of people go Hangover, and I know you don't like
Yeah.
the Hangover, but Due Date is fantastic. With Robert Downey Jr.
That's also Todd Phillips, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Jamie Foxx, it's
He's in that.
it's pretty good. I mean, I know you like Robert Downey Jr. Robert
I
Downey
like
Jr.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he's like smaller part, but Robert Downey Jr. is fucking great in Due Date.
I would say he's great in everything, basically. Haven't seen him in a bad role.
I mean, there's a couple roles. There you go. Yeah.
That doesn't count.
There you go.
All right. Then what else did I watch? I watched Midnight Run yesterday,
Oh, okay.
and I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but
Too much hype. Too much hype.
I was blown away, but it was a good watch. It's entertaining and
Well, at least you got to see.
in a way, but it's fun.
At least you got to see some Charles Grodin. Big fan of Charles Grodin.
He was good in that, and De Niro as well. De Niro is fucking cool.
Right? It's fucking. I like that movie.
Yeah. Then what else? I watched The Report with Adam Driver and John Hamm.
I was just looking at that on Amazon.
It's pretty good, actually. Like, it's kind of a dry topic in a way, or like, it's all about like that guy is investigating that CIA case on torture.
Right. The
And
9/11.
like most of the time, you have like office scenes and stuff, but it's not boring at all. It's kind of like it's a very interesting movie. I can recommend you checking it out. It's pretty.
What do you think, Amin? Do you think torture should be allowed or
No.
no?
No, of course not.
Nah, see, I disagree. I think torture gets things done. I know it sounds terrible.
Yeah, watch that
but...
movie until say that again. Come on.
Oh, I would say it again. There's. Come on. I mean, you put a guy against the wall, you're gonna get answers. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, right. Anyway, then I saw the sequel. Like a few weeks back, I told you about OSS 117. Which are those James Bond spoof movies with
right, yeah.
The second one is even better, dude. I love those movies. Pretty great comedies.
There's gonna be a rabbit hole of these, isn't there?
There's a third one coming out this year, I think. So yeah, pretty great. And he's dude. I'm becoming a fan of Jean Dujardin.
Jean Dujardin.
Right, the French guy.
Yes.
What else? Okay, now the really good movies. Wait, what the fuck? No. Today I watched finally I bought it for $15.
Okay.
I watched Portrait of a Lady on Fire. That French.
Okay.
And it's good, but I might not have been in the right mindset for that movie today. I don't know.
It's a
didn't really feel it,
It's a girl on girl drama, right? From what I've seen. Yeah.
It's a very intimate movie, and it's like it looks very good, very beautifully shot and stuff. But I don't know. It was kind of a letdown for me. I don't know.
That's too bad about Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
It's still good, I don't hate that movie.
It's okay. You can say it. You can say it. You don't have to. Don't pander to the critics.
I want to like it,
You want to, but you didn't. You didn't. Yeah.
Same feeling I had with Dragged Across Concrete.
It's the same feeling I had with Once Upon a Time, yeah. But also Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme back in the day. I went to the theater, I walked out of the theater, I looked at my uncle, I was like, you know what, that movie was pretty good. And I remember on the ride home just thinking, no.
That wasn't good at all.
It's pretty fucking terrible. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, what was I thinking? It's terrible.
Oh, by the way, today I bought 2 more movies. I bought Mid-90s on Blu-ray.
Okay.
So I can see it whenever I want.
Still
Mid-90s. And then I bought Philadelphia, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, right. Philadelphia.
All right. Now the really good movies.
The good ones.
And this is a kind of a surprise. So Netflix has all those Ghibli animes right now, you know?
Oh my God. Here we go again.
Princess Mononoke is pretty good. I mean, I wanted to dislike it, but it's pretty good.
I was in the 90s, right?
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, I noticed.
Really
I noticed that a lot on a lot of top 90s lists. You know, it's like Jesus Christ. All right, so lay it on me. Tell me why was it good?
It is. I don't know. The whole atmosphere of the film is like, dude. The art style is I don't know. It's different level, dude. It's amazing. It's hand drawn.
This will be the Ghibli movie that gets you going.
I mean, this is the one mature one. You know, it's very violent. It's an epic story of.
And you haven't seen Spirited Away yet.
I've seen that one, and it's also good, but it's been a few years. I don't remember.
Right. Yeah, that's another one.
But the other ones I saw recently weren't that great. Like My Neighbor Totoro wasn't my thing, and Porco Rosso neither. So, but Mononoke is pretty great.
Mononoke.
Yeah. All right, then 2 movies left.
Ooh.
Yesterday I went to the theater to finally
the gentleman
finally see Jojo Rabbit.
Oh Jesus! Okay, all right.
And Jojo Rabbit is pretty damn great. Yeah.
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
It is. Yeah, what else can I say? It's pretty good.
Even the kids were pretty good in it, you know. But do you see why Scarlett got nominated? Like, I think
kind of.
Yeah,
she was good, but also I think the Jewish girl was kind of better even.
She was good as well. Like, I mean, I think everybody, like the cast, the atmosphere of the movie, but
plays himself.
Yeah, he does play himself a little bit there.
Stephen Merchant was great as the Gestapo dude.
I don't want to give it away, you know, people that haven't seen it because it's still a fresh movie, but the sad scene was, I thought,
dude, that
shot.
Hit me. Yeah,
I know. I thought it was shot so fucking well. How they didn't show it, you know, and that was Taika, you know, really. Taika did a good job on that movie because it just.
He did, yeah.
I felt like it just had heart, you know.
It did, yeah. And it's not even that big of a comedy. Like in the end, it's kind of too sad to laugh, you know.
I would classify it as a dramedy, even though it was like marketed as this wacky comedy in a way.
Yeah, dude. When I first heard about it, I thought like this is some silly bullshit, you know, some silly Taika bullshit.
Yeah, I thought it would be like What We Do in the Shadows. I thought it'd be like more like that.
But it's very serious actually, and it's good.
This was the movie.
I'm not sure about the best adapted screenplay thing, but still, it's good.
Yeah, but like I said, adapted screenplay is never the original is where it's at.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, that's the one people remember.
The best movie I saw this week.
Here we go.
You said it, The Gentleman.
Ooh,
The Gentleman was awesome. That's,
right?
You know, for me, that is a fun movie. Guy Ritchie's back, basically, for me.
Back.
There's so much great stuff in that. Everybody is fantastic. And I think Hugh Grant is my highlight. Like, he makes that movie so much better with his performance. Love it.
Like, I love the way Guy Ritchie, you know, has stepped out of his realm. He's experimented, you know, but
right, yeah.
His British crime movies are where it's at, you know. Nobody does them like those Cockney movies that he can pull off. And you said it, man. Hugh Grant, that's like the best movie I've ever seen Hugh Grant in. Like, I loved him in
True.
That. And I love the fact that he's like, he never says it, but he's totally gay. Like, he keeps hitting around like he wants to fucking get it on. I loved that. I love that little thing. Yeah.
But also the coach Colin Farrell with his gang. It's fantastic.
His
Dude, that
gang
rap
of-
video is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to love about that movie because I remember just walking out thinking about it and just I was happy that I saw that in the theater, even though it's like not your typical theater movie, you know.
Also, I noticed that the soundtrack was really good somehow.
As always.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And Charlie Hunnam plays himself. He always plays the same role, I feel like. But it's a good role.
Yeah, I still go to Lost City of Zed with his. I thought he was really
okay.
He was different in that, and that's an unsettling movie. But but you're right. I don't think Charlie Hunnam has a lot of range. I'm okay with what he is.
He's just the cool guy, you know.
Yeah. But is he cool? I guess.
I think he is. Yeah. I even liked Henry Golding in The Gentleman.
He was great.
The Chinese guy, who was terrible in Last Christmas.
I thought about that as soon as I got home, and I looked
looked
at
Henry
terrible
in A Simple Favor, but in The Gentleman, he was great. You know,
I saw that on IMDb. I was like, "Who is this guy that fucking?" You know, I loved him in the movie. You know, so I was like, "Who is this dude?" Because the whole cast was great, but that was the one that I didn't know, and then I noticed he was the guy in Last Christmas.
I didn't like him at first. Like when the first movie I saw with him was Last Christmas, so you know it's. I didn't like that guy.
Yeah.
But now he's cool.
Yeah, but Matthew McConaughey too. He I thought he was fierce in this movie, just a little fierce. I loved him in this movie. He again, not the biggest range of actor,
no,
but still, like it's still nice to see him the badass in the room because I thought he was pretty badass in this movie.
He was, yeah. But as I said, my highlights were Hugh Grant and Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There could be a whole movie about Colin Farrell's character, man.
I would be okay with that, like him and his gang, him and his boxing gang. Like I'd be fine with that.
And also, I like the little nod at Men from U.N.C.L.E. in the end.
That I did not catch because I still need to see Man from U.N.C.L.E. So.
There's that scene when Hugh Grant is at Miramax and offers the script to the guy, and in the background there's a huge poster of Men from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh yeah. I saw that. Okay, so that's what you're
fun.
talking about. Okay, I got you.
Also, the whole story, like the storytelling, the way it's told, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Anyway, yeah, that's all I watched. Some pretty great movies, actually.
Pretty great movies.
I'm glad that I finally, I kind of closed 2019 now because I've seen all the movies I had to see, probably. With Jojo Rabbit, I've seen all the Oscar movies now.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Feels good, man.
The only one I haven't seen would have been Little Women, but I'm still probably not going to watch Little Women. So, which I'm okay with. I'm totally, comfortable in saying that I can skip that one.
You're an asshole.
No, not at all. I've read the book. I've seen.
Yeah, I know.
Two other films on this fucking movie, and I don't care enough about these actresses to watch it. I like Florence Pugh, but the other ones I just.
Saoirse Ronan was great. Dude, Meryl Streep is in it.
Yeah, I'm good. That's not a sell to me at all. I know. Hearing Meryl Streep. Ugh.
Bob Odenkirk?
I do like Bob Odenkirk. I'll give you that.
All right. Shall we move on to your list?
Yeah. I've been constantly toying with the rank. It's really hard because after you get from 50, you're just kind of like.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. But these are
top rank matter.
These are again, the favorites of mine personally. Dirty Irish 22. So if you're listening to this post and thinking this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, write in the comments and let me know. God damn it. But I do have to first start with 10 movies. Is it 10? 1, 2.
But
3,
let me guess again,
4,
if
5,
if it's
6,
possible.
7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we're going to start off with 10 movies from the 80s list that got overlooked. All right, these are movies that I completely forgot about.
Okay. That's cool.
One of them is just I don't know how I forgot. Well, probably two of them.
Let me guess.
Give me a sec here.
Okay.
But one of them is a Kevin Bacon movie and Sean Astin that I'm sure you haven't seen it, but I think I've told you to see it.
Maybe.
Whitewater Summer, which is just fucking all 80s type of movie. But yeah, Kevin Bacon's kind of sadistic in it, and it kind of scared me when I was a kid a little bit, because I was like, I was in a wilderness program when I was a kid, so I didn't want some weird camp dude to go crazy on me, you know? The next one is a Mel Gibson, Anthony Hopkins movie that I was surprised that I forgot about. Yeah, it's called The Bounty. It's a pretty good movie. One of the movies that you mentioned last week while I was getting through my list that I'm kind of ashamed that it wasn't on there, and it's a movie you've seen. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that there was something, but I don't know which one.
Silverado. Silverado is not on the list, and it very well should have been. Now this movie, not sure if you've seen it either. It's a Sam Neill, Nicole Kidman, Billy Zane movie.
Billy Zane,
baby. He doesn't make a lot of lists, but this movie, he's a fucking psychopath. It's a movie called Dead Calm. You
never heard of it.
Should check it out. It's one of those movies where, you know, a couple they're sailing, you know, and they just come across a boat, and this dude is just chilling there, and that's Billy Zane, and they take him on their boat. So, you know, it's tense. It's fucking tense. Then this movie, Charlie Sheen movie, Tom Berenger, Wesley Snipes, arguably one of my favorite comedies of all time, and I'm really sad that it wasn't on there. No. Hot Shots was in the 90s. For some reason,
really? Okay.
Yeah, for some reason this was on my 90s list though, and I didn't realize that it was 87, I think, or 88. But it's Major League. Probably my favorite baseball movie ever made.
Not The Natural?
No, I do like The Natural.
That wasn't on your list either.
I feel like The Natural is you could easily put it on the list, but it's like a one and done. Kind of like 8 Men Out is a one and done for me, but I think 8 Men Out is fantastic. Like for me, Field of Dreams, probably my favorite baseball movie. Major League is kind of a screwball comedy. Not really screwball, it's actually pretty smart comedy, but it's primarily a comedy. Major League famously too is one of these movies where it was rated R, right? Rated R. And then the sequel comes out like 5 years later. It's rated fucking PG. You know? It just...
I don't like that.
I fucking hate that. It kills me.
The Expendables. Third one is PG.
PG-13, right? Yeah, PG-13. Yeah. PG. Jesus.
But still, you know.
I mean, in this day and age, I'll give you that PG-13, you can get away with murder. You know, you can get away with a lot better shit these days with PG-13. Now, this movie's a Tom Selleck movie. Not sure if you've seen it.
Probably not.
It's
Quickly
a movie.
Under.
That's in the 90s. 90s. This movie's called Runaway. It was based on Michael Crichton wrote it. But my dad made me watch it a long time ago, and it's got Gene Simmons in it, you know, the bassist from Kiss. And that was why I had to watch it, because I went through a Kiss phase, sadly. But I really like Gene Simmons. And Gene Simmons in any movie, if you've ever seen Gene Simmons in any movie, a lot of movies in the 80s, he's fucking terrible. Kind of like Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne was in a couple movies. Again, terrible. But yeah, Runaway, I highly recommend. There's robot spiders in it, you know, so
5.9, dude. Yeah.
I don't give a shit about IMDb. You know that. You know I don't give a shit.
I know it's all nostalgia.
Absolutely, but it's good. You know, who gives a shit about people and their fucking overcritical thinking sometimes? Oh, I didn't like this shot. Oh my God. It just, you know, it's not Kubrickian enough. Anyway,
Right.
This one's a technical sequel. 2010, the year we make contact, which is actually, I prefer 2010 way above 2001, because 2001 is I like 2001, but I actually really like 2001 in a way, but in a way I feel like it went too artsy, you know. But 2010 is, you know, it goes really heavy into the monolith and shit. And there's one scene where they have to cross in space over this fucking tether, you know, and John Lithgow is freaking out, like he's breathing heavy, and it's just like makes your heart race, you know. But I think that movie still holds up, 2010. And then another Charlie Sheen movie. Charlie Sheen made the list a lot on the 80s and 90s, I realized. But this movie, my uncle made me watch it. He's like, man, this movie's violent as shit. You got to watch it. And it's a movie called The Boys Next Door. It's
Not the
weird.
Wraith.
No, not The Wraith. The Wraith doesn't make it. I like The Wraith, but not enough to put it on there.
In Germany, it's called Interceptor. The fuck?
But The Boys Next Door is fantastic. It's just like these two normal dudes, and all of a sudden, one of them snaps. The actor's name is Maxwell Caulfield. He wasn't in a lot after that, but he beats the shit out of so many people in this movie, and they just get into like the worst fucking shit ever. It's just one of those movies where you're like, Jesus Christ, like, did I enjoy that? And yeah, I did. I mean, I watched it a lot when I was a kid. Anyway, another Maxwell Caulfield movie makes this list too, and it's a musical, and it's a sequel. Oh yeah. I can't believe I forgot to put Grease 2 on my list. All right. I'm a big fan of the Grease movies. I can't escape it.
4.4.
Oh, I don't give a shit. I think Grease 2 is better than Grease, the original. So that's.
I haven't seen either.
Oh, you gotta watch Grease. You know.
I know.
But Grease 2 is so bad it's good. You know.
Okay.
And we all know how those movies are. I mean, the songs in Grease 2, I just, you know, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer. Come on. She's classic. But the last movie on the list is the best movie on the list, and it would make the top 10 had I redone the list because I completely forgot about this movie. And sadly, because I've talked about this movie with you, I don't know how many times. James Cameron movie.
Abyss.
There it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I
was wondering, but I forgot about the. Yeah, right.
Couldn't believe it. I what an oversight, you know? What an oversight on my part. But yeah, that was my honorable mentions that didn't make the list.
All right.
So are you ready for the top 200 of my favorites
of the
90s? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Number 200. It's a shark movie.
It's a shark movie?
It's a shark movie. CGI
Deep Blue
sharks.
Sea?
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea makes the list.
I've never seen that, but I would always, I would like to see it.
Keep in mind, these are movies that are, fun to watch multiple times.
I know.
199 is a very strange movie with John Cusack and Cameron Diaz.
Being John Malkovich?
Yep.
I've never seen that either, but I heard it's pretty wild.
I had to put it on there. It's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen in my entire life, but somehow it fucking worked.
Spike Jonze.
Very Spike Jonze. Yeah, but good.
I've seen the other one, Adaptation.
I like Adaptation too.
Adaptation's good, yeah.
It's weird. That guy is weird in general, though. Charlie Kaufman is weird.
Yeah.
But being John Malkovich, there's some scenes in there that are so fucking out there and weird. And honestly, another great performance by John Malkovich. John Malkovich, when he gets pissed off, is one of my favorites. Because that's what saves Burn After Reading for me, in a way, is John Malkovich getting so pissed off at Brad Pitt. I love it. Number 198 is a movie that I don't think you've seen by Roland Emmerich. Our favorite, one of our favorite directors.
Okay,
of all
well,
time.
let me guess. It's not The Day After Tomorrow. That's in the 2000s, I think.
Nope.
Also, it's bad, I heard.
Terrible.
Roland Emmerich?
Yep.
It's not Independence Day, is it?
No.
Yeah, right. Then
that doesn't make the list, homeboy.
I don't like Independence Day.
I hate Independence Day. Welcome to Earth. Get the fuck out of here.
It's way too corny. No idea.
Moon 44.
Oh, never heard of that.
I know you haven't. This is a sci-fi movie that I consider a classic, though. It's another, my dad rented it. We watched it, and then I watched it like 3 fucking times before we returned.
Malcolm McDowell.
Now, the next 2 movies are, the best actor of all time, Christophe Lambert.
Fortress.
That's number 196. 197. No. Sadly, I saw The Hunted in the theater. It was terrible.
Christophe Lambert. Highlander 2.
I'm glad you remembered Fortress, though. Fortress, I still say is so, another so bad it's good.
It's not Highlander 2, right?
No, Highlander 2 sadly does not make the list, even though I do like the Renegade edition.
What's the title? The Quickening?
Yeah, it's Highlander 2, The Quickening. The Quickening.
So bad.
Yeah. The Quickening.
No idea. What is it?
Gunman.
I think I heard of that.
Yeah, it's got Patrick Stewart, it's got Dennis Leary, and of course the worst actor of the 80s and 90s, Mario Van Peebles.
Oh,
terrible actor.
That guy, yeah.
I hate that guy so much. I hate him. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's Christopher Lambert's finest moment because he's the comic relief, and he's actually funny. He's actually funny in that role. 195 is a Peter Jackson movie. A Peter.
Brain Dead.
No.
Meet the Feebles?
No. Michael J. Fox.
Oh, The Frighteners.
The Frighteners. Yeah, The Frighteners makes the list. I've always enjoyed The Frighteners.
It's kind of wacky, but I like it too.
Yeah, I think it's got good comedy. It's a little dark,
Yeah.
194, we have a Robert Rodriguez film, which 3 movies from Robert Rodriguez make this list.
El Mariachi.
No, doesn't make the list.
Desperado.
Further up.
Okay. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Way further up.
Okay, yeah. Shit.
This one is a forgotten gem.
Mexico?
No. This one is a forgotten gem that nobody ever thinks about with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, okay, no idea.
It's actually the first time I ever saw Josh Hartnett. It's called The Faculty. It's where the...
Wait a minute. It's not a gangster movie.
No, it's like teenagers like, in a school, and the school slowly is getting like Body Snatcher taken over. It's fucking great movie. Fun.
Salma Hayek, Robert Patrick is in it. Elijah Wood. Okay.
I said, everyone forgets about it. It's one of those forgotten gems.
Yeah.
193, probably the only Meryl Streep. I think it's the only Meryl Streep movie on here. And it's not a typical Meryl Streep role. I don't think you've seen this. Robert Zemeckis directed it. Bruce fucking Willis is in it.
No.
Death Becomes Her with Goldie Hawn.
Never even heard of it. What the fuck?
Again, forgotten gem. It's a must see. Must see. Horror comedy. Who doesn't love horror comedy?
Me.
I know. That's a hard sell, I know, but maybe Bruce Willis will get you there because it's better than Hudson Hawk.
That's easy.
192, another Charlie Sheen movie, along with his great brother, Emilio Estevez.
Wall Street 2.
It's called Men at Work, where they play garbage men. Keith David's in it as well.
Oh, I like him.
I know. Keith David, honestly, worth watching it for because he's all Keith David in this.
What's the title?
Men at Work. Men at Work.
Work?
Men at Work, yeah. They're garbage men.
I
know a lot of people, they're probably like a 4, I bet you, on IMDb.
6.0.
Oh, look at that, baby! All right.
That's not good, but...
All right, so 191. Sadly, this is the only Steven Seagal movie that made the cut.
Under Siege.
Yes.
It's his best one, I guess.
Which was sad because I wanted to put Under Siege 2 because I think Under Siege 2 is more fun when they're on the train. And you got Eric Bogosian. I love Eric Bogosian so much. He's always the same guy, just fucking crazy man. But yeah, Under Siege though, Tommy Lee Jones right before he hit it big again with The Fugitive. He was the villain in that. It's crazy. And you got boobies in that too. Let's not forget there's boobies in that movie. 190 is a Rebecca De Mornay thriller. I don't know if you know Rebecca De Mornay.
It does ring a bell, but I have no idea.
More of an 80s, 90s actress. The movie is called The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Oh, I heard of that one, yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie about a nanny who does some creepy fucking shit.
Yeah, actually, I know the story. Weird.
189 is a comedy with Jim Belushi and Charles Grodin.
No idea.
Which is a must-see. It's called Taking Care of Business. Yeah. Kind of a rip-off of Trading Places, but who gives a fuck? It's still funny. 188 is a fucking absolute blockbuster. With Bruce Willis. But you haven't seen it.
16 Block.
No.
Last Man Standing.
That was not a blockbuster.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I haven't... Oh, Armageddon.
There we go. Yeah, Armageddon makes the cut because Armageddon is fun. Armageddon's a good time.
I was just listing Bruce Willis movies I haven't seen. So.
187 is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that I think is heavily, heavily underrated. I think it's a bad score, too, on IMDb. I don't know if you've seen this. End of Days. I don't know if you ever saw End of Days.
Nope.
Good flick though, man. Good flick. He battles the fucking devil, all right? Who is Gabriel Byrne? I mean, come on.
Gabriel Byrne is credited as the man. Kevin Pollak. 5.8. I mean, it's not like horrible, but it's not good.
It's not horrible, but it's not good, mate. You know,
Not fantastic.
Don't know what you're thinking, mate.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We've got a movie that I really like. With I don't know if you've seen this either, but I think you should. It's got Dennis Quaid, Jim Caviezel.
Dragonheart.
First, let me make sure that this movie's even like. I probably fucked up. All right, never mind.
Dragonheart.
No, never mind. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm pretty sure you have not seen this movie though. It's
Probably not.
It's a movie called Alive with Ethan Hawke.
Oh, that's on Prime. I the other day I was thinking about seeing it, but I didn't.
I feel like it's kind of dated now, but it's still like pretty intense because of the story. Not intense, but it's just a little uncomfortable. Do you know the story?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, then you know what's going down there.
Oh, dark.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. They eat each other, so yeah.
They do eat each other, yes. It's true.
Not my thing.
It is weird, too, because Ethan Hawke, I think, plays, like... I think he's South American, which is strange. But they don't really act South American, which is... Like, I think 2 guys are South American, and the rest are just, like, white boys. Anyway.
No.
185, I think, is a sci-fi comedy classic with Tim Allen, of all people.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. Galaxy Quest?
There you go, baby. There you go. One of the first times I ever saw Sam Rockwell, too, and I think Sam Rockwell is absolutely fucking great in that, yeah. He's comic relief.
He always is.
But he's really comic relief in this one. Now, 184... I don't think you've seen this movie. It's a Walter Hill movie with Bill Paxton and William Sadler, but it's got Ice-T and Ice Cube in it as well.
Friday, no.
It's a movie called Trespass. I think it's
one of those. Genesis album.
It's a 90s fucking gem, in my opinion. A 90s fucking gem.
Dude, the German title is awful. What the
What's the German title of
The
Trespass?
Rep Gang.
What? The Rep Gang?
It's awful.
1992 is Walter Hill. Yeah, Walter Hill. I love this movie. Anyway, Event Horizon. Oh, sorry. I just gave it away.
Is it Event Horizon?
Yeah, 183 is Event Horizon.
Kind of low. Yeah.
It is a little low, but it still fails from a lot of.
It's on the list at least.
Yeah, I mean, it had to make the list. It has.
But it's fucking horrifying, dude.
It is. Probably, I think, the scariest sci-fi horror out there. I mean, like, I didn't generally get scared, but it was very uncomfortable and...
gory.
Very gory. I like the gore. I mean, and the Sam Neill shit, too, is fucking twisted. Twisted movie.
Yeah.
And they built that whole set, too. That whole round fucking...
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll probably never see it again. It's just too much.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't push it on. I wouldn't push that movie on anybody.
Okay.
182, we got a Michael Bay, Nicolas Cage classic.
The Rock.
The Rock makes the list.
The Rock.
The Rock also makes the list because I've always liked this weird conspiracy theory of the Sean Connery being actually James Bond in the movie, which I think is kind of cool. Now, 181, I don't know if you've seen this, man. Early 90s movie. It's the movie that got Jeremy Irons the Oscar, though. Yeah.
He has an Oscar?
He does have an Oscar for Best Fucking Actor for the movie Reversal of Fortune.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a murder thriller type movie, but it's good. It's very well acted on his part.
Close.
180 is a remake of a Steve McQueen movie starring Alec Baldwin.
The fuck?
Yeah. Which I think is a must-watch. It's a must-watch, dude.
There's not a Bullet remake, is there?
No, it's called The Getaway, which I think you still need to see that, Steve McQueen. It's Sam Peckinpah. I've mentioned him before. It's fantastic, The Getaway. It's violent for its time, but the remake I really like. Actually, it's one of those Alec Baldwin roles that I really like. And Michael Madsen's in it, too. And you can't really go wrong with 90s Michael Madsen.
Also has James Wood and David Morse. Mm-hmm. Richard Farnsworth, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
And I feel like David Morse is always good. I think David Morse is very underrated. Yeah, very underrated.
He was great in The Negotiator.
The Negotiator, he was great in The Green Mile. You know.
That's true. Yeah.
179, we have the fourth movie in
Charlie Sheen.
In a series.
Lethal Weapon 4.
Yes, Lethal Weapon 4 makes the cut. Lethal Weapon 3 sadly does not.
I can't even remember the third one, I think.
Yeah, the third one is just kind of... I like the third one because I like all of them, but...
Yeah, me too, but it's, I don't know.
Not as memorable.
The fourth one has Jet Li, which is cool.
I mean, Chris Rock, you know?
Oh, he's in that?
Yes.
Oh.
He was like the new comic relief that they brought in that didn't...
Dude, he's in the new Saw movie. What the fuck?
Spiral, yeah, with Samuel L. Jackson, which seems very...
looks weird.
Looks strange.
Yeah. Chris Rock is kind of, maybe he wants to do some more serious roles because he's also the lead in the new season of Fargo.
Chris Rock was great in a movie called New Jack City way back in the day. New Jack City. He plays a crack addict, and he was fantastic in that role as the crack addict.
Wesley Snipes. Okay.
Yeah, baby. Mario Van Peebles.
Looks good.
Judd Nelson. I mean, come on. There's only a few movies that have my boy Bender, from The Breakfast Club. Judd.
The fuck? It is... Do you know who the director is?
I used to.
Mario Van Peebles.
Oh, he did direct.
That's weird.
Yeah, but it's oddly good. It's actually pretty good. It didn't make the list.
The fuck Flavor Flav is in it.
I mean, you like ghetto movies, so
Yeah,
I definitely throw that out to you because Wesley Snipes is pretty good in it. He's the bad guy, so not bad. It's not bad. Ice-T is, Ice-T.
Ice-T, yeah.
All right. Number 178, we got a sequel to a Western.
Western.
Emilio Estevez.
Oh, okay. No idea.
Young Guns 2. That's right. Young Guns 2.
Oh, you had Young Guns last week, didn't you?
Yeah, it was the 80s, and then Young Guns 2 was, I believe, in 1990. So...
What the fuck? The German title is weird again.
What is it?
Blaze of Glory.
That I understand because the John Bon Jovi song for Young Guns 2 is Blaze of Glory.
I see.
Shot down in a blaze of glory. It's a good song.
Cast, though. Kiefer Sutherland, Christian Slater, Alan Rock.
That's a great
Vigo
cast.
is in it. What the fuck? Bradley Whitford, Scott Wilson.
William Peterson, who was...
A lot of people I know. It's strange.
It's not bad. It's not as terrible as you probably think Young Guns, those movies are. I always wanted a Young Guns 3, but It's about Billy the Kid, and Young Guns 2 goes heavily into the whole Billy the Kid. This prompted me to be Billy the Kid for Halloween one year. So, I mean, this is important shit. Number 177. Probably my favorite Antonio Banderas movie.
Zorro.
No, did not make the list.
Desperado.
No, still higher.
4 Rooms. No, that's not.
No.
There is Philadelphia.
Mm-mm.
No idea then.
The 13th Warrior. I don't know if you've seen the 13th.
Oh, no, I have not, but I would like to, actually.
Yeah, the 13th Warrior. The only problem with the 13th Warrior is I feel like it's a little short. Like they should have went longer and went more heavy into the Viking thing, because there, around this time there wasn't a lot of Viking shit going on. So, and there's one Viking in particular that is pretty badass. Pretty badass. 176 is a Robin Williams movie that I think is heavily underrated. I don't know if you've seen it though.
Robin Williams. 1 Hour Photo.
No.
No, it's not Awakenings.
No, Awakenings actually does not make the list, sadly.
No, that's weird. I like Awakenings.
I like Awakenings too, but it's not. Yeah.
It's not your favorite.
No.
Hook.
But I do say that Robin Williams is great in that, though.
Is it Hook?
No, Hook does not make the list, sadly, even though I do have heavy nostalgia tied to Hook. I couldn't put it on here.
Just tell me. I have no idea.
It's Bicentennial Man. If you ever get a chance, you got to watch Bicentennial Man. Yeah, it's actually, they marketed this as a, happy movie about an AI dude, which he plays a robot. And it's not that happy. You know what I mean? It's kind of a dark, fucking sad tale, this movie. So
sounds good.
Definitely worth it. 175 is a Julia Roberts thriller.
Just tell me.
Sleeping with the Enemy. It's a movie about a chick and her husband. A woman. And her husband's a psychopath, like the kind of guy that if she fucks up the towels, like puts them up wrong, he beats the shit out of her. So she leaves him, and the movie's about her trying to escape this dude and him following her. And it's fucking
sounds like The Invisible Man, actually.
It's intense. Like, it's very, very intense. 174 is a movie that I had on last week that you informed me that it was in the 90s. So
Last Boy Scout.
That's much.
Oh, yeah, higher, right.
Much higher. This.
It's that other one. Yeah, just tell me.
Mel Gibson, Bird on a Wire.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Another must-see. 173 is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that bombed so bad at the theater, but I believe it's one of his best.
6 Days? Not from the 90s, I believe.
I don't know if you've seen this either, but I think you being a movie fan, I think would really enjoy Last Action Hero.
Oh, I've started that once, but I don't know.
Charles Dance. You gotta. 172, Harrison Ford.
Oh.
Harrison Ford.
Frantic.
No. Frantic.
The Fugitive.
There we go. The Fugitive makes the list. I've always enjoyed The Fugitive. Saw it in the theater. Pains me the Tommy Lee Jones winning the Oscar for it, but whatever. Number 171. This is a real Mel Gibson classic, but I don't know if a lot of people have seen it.
Okay, so it's not Braveheart.
I think Braveheart be a little higher.
I know, probably. Payback.
Yes, baby, Payback.
I've seen that, and
Porter.
I do not remember a single thing.
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
Even though I think Lucy Liu is in it. That's it.
Yeah, and she's
that's all I know.
She beats the shit out of the guy he's with, and he beats the hell out of her too. There's a scene where the bad guy gets up from like dinner, and the girl's like, "So I guess I have to pay," and he's like, "You see me reaching for my fucking wallet?" Fucking just one of the best lines I've ever heard in a movie ever.
Right.
You know me. I love a good asshole in movies.
Right.
You know, if you get the asshole right in a movie, I'm automatically a fan. By the way, I'm drinking an energy drink, and I think it's coming through.
It's showing, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try to slow it down a little bit.
That's fine.
Number 170, a Tim Robbins cult classic, I would say.
Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, very fucking weird. It's not for everyone.
Let's see it.
It's definitely a movie that you can talk about, discuss, dissect, and talk about the ending as well.
No.
169 is a Wesley Snipes, Sean Connery movie that I think is pretty underrated as well, based on a book.
Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, baby.
I don't know.
Rising Sun.
Oh.
Kick-ass movie, man.
Oh.
Kick-ass.
Oh, it has a different German title. Okay.
What's it called in Germany?
I don't want to translate right now. It's too hard to translate.
Now, 168, we got, I'm pretty sure you haven't seen this, but it's a Stephen King movie. It's Dolores Claiborne with, what's her name? Why am I blank? Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates returns to a Stephen King tale, and they pull it off. This is actually a forgotten, very good. Yeah, it's very, very, it's very uncomfortable, this movie, but they pull it off because I read the book and they do a very good job of translation there. And Jennifer Jason Leigh, underrated, in my opinion, underrated. I don't really like her, but I think she's underrated. It's weird. I'm very indifferent about Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah.
167, we have the breakout performance by Marky Mark Wahlberg.
No, come on.
With Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, I thought it was Boogie Nights. Okay, is it Basketball Diaries? That's not Marky Mark, is it?
Yeah, actually, but no, not the movie that I'm talking about.
Then I have no idea.
Fear. I think my lists have shown that I enjoy a good thriller, and this is a fantastic thriller. He plays this fucking high school kid, not even from high school, but he starts dating this dude's daughter, and then he starts turning her against the dad. That kind of movie. But I know it sounds like a total teenage fucking that type of movie, but it's generally fucking like scary in a way.
Do you know what the age rating is in Germany? It's 18 for that movie.
Which is pretty high, right? Like that's
like the highest you can get. You have to be 18 to see it. It's
pretty violent too. It's pretty violent, and that was I think that's one of his best roles because he's totally fucking twisted in that. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Another William Peterson appearance as well. Number 166 is a forgotten Ridley Scott film with Jeff Bridges. I'm pretty positive you have not seen White Squall. Saw this in the theater. No. I saw this in the theater. It bombed horribly, but I still put it on the list because I think it's a damn fine film. A damn fine film.
I mean, Ridley Scott doesn't really do atrocious movies.
No, he doesn't. There's always something that you can...
The worst you can get is like Alien Covenant and Exodus.
But is it bad that I still kind of enjoyed Exodus? Is it bad?
It's not horrible. It's not it's a well-made film, but it's kind of, I don't know.
The whitewashing really hurts it.
That was strange, yeah.
It's just strange to see Joel Edgerton as Ramses II.
And Christian Bale as Moses.
165 is a very depressing movie. I kind of struggled to put this movie on, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you've seen it though, man. Stellan Skarsgård, Emily, what the fuck is her name?
Emily Watson?
Not Emily. Is that Emily Watson?
That's the girl from
Chernobyl.
Boxer. Yeah.
Yeah. Emily Watson. I don't know why. Is it Emma Watson? Is that her name too?
Emma Watson's the chick from Harry Potter.
See, this is why it fucks me up. That's where I get fucked up. I get Emma and Emily. Yeah. Breaking the Waves. The Waves. I don't like Lars von Trier movies, but this movie, is it Lars von Trier or whatever? But this movie is like a deep fucking examination of like love and shit. And I love a good love story.
He's an interesting director, though.
It's extremely tragic, though. Extremely tragic film. So
I feel like his movies are always super depressive.
Yes,
because he's depressive.
It is the only movie that he makes on this list, and it's definitely my favorite of his.
I think I've only seen Nymphomaniac, which was okay.
Now, 164, you're totally not going to agree with, but that's okay. Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, Tim Burton's Batman Returns makes the list, baby.
Christopher Walken.
Part of me even thinks it's better than the first one in a lot of ways because I love Michelle Pfeiffer so much as Catwoman in this, and there's a scene in there. The scene in there when they're dancing together as Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne, and they just figure out that they're Batman and Catwoman, I think is one of the probably my favorite Tim Burton shot scene ever because the camera just swoops around a little bit, and then they both realize who they are, and I think it's fucking fantastic, just great.
For me, the best thing about those movies is the soundtrack. Love the music in the Burton Batman, but that's kind of it.
The Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
The Danny Elfman. 163. We have a Michael Douglas, David Fincher thriller.
The Game.
The Game. Another movie that I've always been a little indifferent about, but I still enjoy The Game. So,
I've not seen it in years.
162. The Breakout by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Oh, The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense makes the list. Yes, The Sixth Sense makes the list. I know people probably think, well, that's
kinda
pretty low.
For me, it's low.
I think it's low, but I feel like it's worn off so much. I like it too, and I saw it in the theater. I remember at the time being completely blown away, but it's one of those twists that kind of it hurts rewatchings in a way. Like I think
no, actually not. I knew the twist before I saw it, and it was good.
Yeah, but that's
I rated
not even
it
the
10
same.
out of 10 instantly when I saw that.
That's fine. You can have your 10 out of 10. It gets like a 7.
It's not 10 out of 10 anymore, but...
oh, I see.
Dude, I rated Endgame 10 out of 10 when I saw it. But I'm more reserved now.
What's Endgame now? At least 8. An 8? Okay. All right. See, that I knew you were going to say it. I just knew it. I knew it. 161 is it's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie that I've told you to watch quite a few
What's
times.
Eating Gilbert Grape?
Nope. Did not make the list.
The Basketball Diaries.
There we go. Kind of unsettling, my man. Kind of unsettling, but worth the watch. 160 is this one's ranked a little high, but it had to be on there. It's a Christopher Walken movie. All-star cast. Dennis Leary. Don't think I've seen it, though. I don't know.
The Crack Whore.
The Crack Whore. Jesus.
I have no idea.
Suicide Kings. If you ever get a chance, Suicide Kings is your kind of movie, I think.
If it's better than Suicide Squad.
It is better than Suicide. No relation.
I know. Sean Patrick Flannery, guy from the Boondock Saints.
159 is another Leonardo DiCaprio movie that I saw in the theater. Didn't really
Quick
care
and the Dead.
No, didn't care for it at the time. Which, by the way, I did see Quick and the Dead in the theater. I saw Quick and the Dead in the theater as well. Just so you know, it was a late night showing.
But it's This Boy's Life.
No, actually makes it a little higher.
Okay, it's The Man with the Iron Mask.
Fuck no, that would be like number 1 on my grandma's list. But not today.
Titanic.
No.
Fuck.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
which actually I believe climbs up my list every year a little bit because I appreciate it more and more what Baz Luhrmann did with that movie. I'm a big fan of William Shakespeare, and I love the story of Romeo and Juliet, and I thought him putting in that weird modern setting was strange at first, but the acting is top-notch. It's a top-notch movie.
Paul Rudd is in it. What the fuck?
Yeah, some pretty good actors in that
movie.
He
was alive, I think.
You got Pete Postlethwaite, in that movie. Yeah. You know? Now, number 158 is, again, this was probably a little too high, but it's one of my favorites. It's a Nick Nolte movie. It's a basketball movie. Blue Chips. He plays he plays a coach that is just really high strung and really just red in the face. Nick Nolte plays that very well. But we'll move on. There's not much to say about Blues. Shaquille O'Neal's in it. You know, I just throwing it out there. Shaquille O'Neal makes the list. You know. Now, number 157 is a movie you mentioned earlier in the show with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey.
Outbreak. No,
What?
The Negotiator.
That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. Both of them, yeah. No, the Negotiator actually is number 157.
I like that movie a lot.
Which is surprisingly good. I remember when I sat down to watch that way back in the 90s and just thought, geez, this is fucking good. This is good.
Mm-hmm. The ending is great.
156 is, to me, probably one of the funniest movies of the 90s with the late...
Hudson Hawk.
No. The late, great Chris Farley.
The late. Okay.
Tommy Boy. Everyone's got to see Tommy Boy. If you don't find Tommy Boy funny, there's something wrong with you. And then number 155 is a Brad Pitt movie that you quite enjoyed.
7 Years in Tibet.
Yes, 7 Years in Tibet makes the list. My dad loves that movie. Loves that movie.
Me too.
Number 154 is a Best Picture winner with Kevin Spacey.
American Beauty?
Yep.
That's kind of low.
Oh, it's low, but it's a movie I struggle with internally.
I mean, I don't like it that much either. Like, it's not one of my favorites, but...
I feel like it goes on the list because I loved the acting of the movie. The story is really trippy. I like the writer, Alan Ball. He went on to do 6 Feet Under, arguably one of my favorite shows of all time. But I find a lot of appreciation with American Beauty, but it gets a little lower rating for me because I wouldn't really put it in the top 100. 153, Ron Howard, Mel Gibson movie that I've told you to watch a couple times now, I think. Ransom, which is probably the most intense Mel Gibson you're ever going to get. Probably the most intense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one's going to surprise you, too. You're going to say it's too low. 152, The Usual Suspects. Gets on the list, but it is ranked a little low. 151, this is a blockbuster that it was funny. I saw this like number 1, number 3 on a lot of people's list. But 151, it gets on the list just purely from nostalgia, because I saw it opening night. Sam Neill, Laura Dern.
Oh, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah. Absolutely blown away when I saw that, though, as a kid. You know,
I can see that.
Midnight showing. Couldn't fucking believe it. I saw it the next day in another midnight showing. Number 150. This made your list. Michael Douglas movie.
Falling Down.
Yeah, Falling Down makes the list. 149. Movie you still have not seen. Tim Burton classic. Johnny Depp. Johnny fucking
Edward
Depp.
Scissorhands.
Yeah. Which I think it's the most heartfelt goddamn Tim Burton you're ever gonna get. Ever. Okay. It's surprisingly good. I know it sounds stupid as shit. A man with scissor hands, but dude, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. Now, 148 is another. It's a late 90s forgotten movie. It's a movie that's been remade many times. It's a fucking musical, but
Les Miserables.
Yeah, this movie is not a musical with Liam Neeson and Jeffrey Rush. It's fucking great. Jeffrey Rush as whatever his name is, Jalvert. Is it Javert? Whatever.
Javel.
Javel, yeah, and Jean Valjean. You know, he is fantastic. I think he is the best. Jalval. That you're ever gonna see in Les Miserables. But surprisingly good, man. Surprisingly good, that movie. 147 is a animated classic.
Toy Story.
No, didn't make the list.
The Lion King.
You really think that I'd put The Lion King on my list?
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here!
Animated classic?
I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it. The Iron Giant. If you've never seen The Iron Giant, you gotta put that on.
I could see it, yeah.
That's a must watch. Must watch.
I've seen Ready Player One, though.
Yeah.
I know.
146. Brad Pitt. Don't think you've seen it. California with a K.
Yeah, right. That's the one where he's like evil.
Plays a serial killer. California with a K, by the way. You know, they're trying to be artsy there. You know? Cool. Yeah, we'll make it with a K. You know, surprised that they didn't spell it with an X for the 90s. Now I struggled to put Leaving Las Vegas on this list. It didn't make it. It didn't make it because it's just too fucking depressing for me. I saw that movie 4 times in the theater, and Jesus Christ.
And you cut yourself.
But I saw this other movie that was contending with it, and I still say that Sean Penn in this movie deserved it.
The English Patient?
No, it's Dead Man Walking.
Oh.
Tim Robbins directed this movie. Dude, it's a little depressing. It's a little dry, but it probably the best death row movie you'll ever see. And that, I don't know, man.
Fuck.
That's pretty good too, but this is a singular man on death row. You know what I mean? Not a whole movie about people on death row. You know what I mean? This is just one man struggling to die, basically. But Sean Penn should have got the Oscar. I think this is Sean Penn's finest performance, even over Mystic River, even over Milk. It's a must fucking see, but it's a movie that you'll watch once and probably not want to see again.
Directed by Tim Robbins.
Yeah, and Tim Robbins actually has got some decent, because I think he did Cradle Will Rock as well, and I maintain that is a fine film, a damn fine film.
Maybe he's a good director.
Moving on, 144, movie you already mentioned, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro.
This Boy's Life.
This Boy's Life definitely makes the list. Probably should be a little higher, but it makes the list. 143. I was like 13 when this movie came out, so it still resonated. It's called The Sandlot. Kids playing baseball. I don't know if baseball is a thing over there in Germany. Is it?
Not really.
All right, so if it was, soccer or cricket, it would probably
Cricket, get out of here.
Come on, you guys play cricket, right?
I'm not British.
Polo?
No.
What's the great German game? Is it just soccer?
It's soccer and handball.
Really?
And,
handball?
Basketball, I don't know. It's
yeah, it has
we like racing all as well.
Has basketball become bigger because of like Dirk Nowitzki, Do you know Dirk?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not a basketball guy. You don't like any sports, do you?
I do like soccer, but only once in a while.
Maybe you need to press stop on the VCR now and then and get out with a ball,
Not right.
Anyway, 142, a movie that I told you to watch a couple episodes ago that is very underrated, very good movie, very good drama. Holly Hunter, Sam Neill, Harvey Keitel, The Piano, which great, fantastically shot movie. Maybe arguably should have won Best Picture that year, and a fucking great soundtrack if you like piano, but like beautiful soundtrack. Beautiful soundtrack. Tense movie. Great movie though, The Piano.
It looks good, yeah.
141 is I recognize this is probably a little high, but it's a fun movie with Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon. And I would imagine you've never seen this. It's called Freeway. And Kiefer Sutherland plays kind of like a pedophile, I guess, kind of a stalker, trying to get in the pants of young Reese Witherspoon, and she turns the tables on him and fucks him up, man. It's a fun movie. It's just one of those fun thrillers. But I don't know if I'd recommend it to anyone,
Yeah.
140 is the movie that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck got Oscars for.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting. For me, has to be on the list. I love the love story between Matt Damon and Minnie Driver, and I love the character that Robin Williams plays. It was a well-deserved Oscar.
Totally agree.
139, I'm pretty sure this made your list on the 90s. With, I don't know how to give this away. Patrick Flannery.
Boondock Saints?
There you go. Boondock Saints makes the list.
No, it didn't make my list.
It didn't?
I don't think so.
I thought it did. I thought you gave me some Dominique Patry shit, before you said it.
No.
Maybe I'm tripping.
I think you are. I can look that up if it's on my list, but I don't think so.
Look it up on your list.
Because I've only seen it once. I don't have much.
I could have swore you put the Boondock Saints
No, it's
on
not on
there.
my list.
Really? Huh. Anyway, it makes the list. And I'm actually one of the few people. I like the sequel too. I think the sequel is fucking wacky, but
Not seen it.
I would watch it. I would watch it.
Isn't there they get another guy who's Clifton Collins Jr.? Is that the guy?
I
The
think
second
so.
one?
I think so. I
He's
saw it. I saw it at the theater. But that's another Willem Dafoe movie I like.
Oh yeah, he's great in that.
138 is a Gus Van Sant movie with Nicole Kidman, and if you ever get a chance to see it, I think you should. It's one of the breakout performances by our boy Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
It's called To Die For. It's about a murder, but it's very good. I Gus Van Sant. That's funny. 2 Gus Van Sants, within 3 here with Good Will Hunting and To Die For. Not a big fan of Gus Van Sant, but when he directs, I would say normal in a way, or more grounded. I really like Gus Van Sant.
He did Milk. Okay.
He did do Milk. See, that was more grounded, I feel like. It didn't venture off like My Own Private Idaho and Drugstore Cowboy and other weird movies that he's done. 137. Robin Williams again, along with my boy, Jeff Bridges.
Oh, The Fisher King.
Yeah, The Fisher King makes the list.
Almost bought that today, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know if you like it or not, but like I said, when you find out why he's crazy, it resonates. It resonates big. 136 is a Liam Neeson movie.
Darkman.
Yes.
Oh!
There's part of me that wanted to put Darkman number 1 and shit, but I can't do that. I just can't. I love this movie. I fucking love Darkman so much. Sam Raimi classic right there, man. 135, I think, is a forgotten George Clooney movie by Steven Soderbergh. Yeah, it's actually very good though. It's called Out of Sight, and I know saying that you'll immediately look it up and think Jennifer Lopez, what the fuck? But it's actually tolerable Jennifer Lopez. She's not.
And Ving Rhames, who's cool as motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's a crime movie. I know you like crime, so
I like crime. Yeah,
I think you'd enjoy this because Steven Soderbergh again is one of those guys that's hit and miss for me.
Also, great cast. I see.
Yeah, it's
Don
more.
Cheadle is in it. Dennis Farina.
Yeah, and I fucking love Dennis Farina. Dennis Farina is a gem. A fucking gem.
Yeah, he's great, especially in Snatch.
I mean, he had the part in Midnight Run too when he says,
did, but it wasn't a big part.
When he says, "Don't say another word. I'm gonna bury this fucking telephone in your fucking head." I love it. Love it.
No, his best role is in Snatch as Cousin Avey.
Get Shorty.
Great.
Get Shorty. You got to see Get Shorty.
Okay.
134. Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Gary Sinise,
Apollo
Bill
13.
Paxton. Yeah, Apollo 13 makes
Not
the
a huge
list.
fan.
I know. That's kind of shocking that you're not a big fan. I think the tension in that is fucking killer. 133 is a underrated sequel, in my opinion. Underrated.
Highlander: The Quickening.
I'm just going to say that Highlander: The Quickening does not make the list.
Big surprise. Underrated sequel. Have I seen that?
Not sure if you've seen Predator 2.
Oh, no, I have not.
With Danny Glover and Gary fucking Busey, baby. It's oddly good. And I remember liking it even when it came out, because I remember when it came out, you're like, well, where's Arnold Schwarzenegger, man? But it takes place in the future. At the time, it was the future. It's like, I don't know, probably like 96 or something in the futures. You know how that goes. It's like, whoa, things didn't pan out like they did in Blade Runner. 132 is a Office movie. Office movie. Very funny. Don't know if you've seen it. Office Space. If you get a chance, it's. I don't recommend a lot of comedies to you because I don't think you enjoy a lot of comedies.
Oh, Okay, you told me about this one before. It's the one with Ron Livingston. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Very good, very good. And number 131 is arguably one of the best times I've ever had in a movie theater ever when I saw it. Starship Troopers. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yeah. I need to see that.
I'm a big fan of Starship Troopers. It's completely stupid, completely wacky, but just fun.
Mm-hmm.
Number 130 is a movie I've seen several times over the years. Saw it in the theater. It's got Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, The Birdcage. If you ever get a chance, you want to see The Birdcage. Gene Hackman is fucking great in that movie too. Gene Hackman. Yeah, Hackman makes his appearance again. You know how we love it when Hackman comes in.
Oh, he's fantastic. Huh? Never heard of this movie, but you're laying so many movies on me that I never heard of.
I mean, that's I've seen a lot of movies.
Hank Azaria is in it. That's great.
And Hank Azaria is man,
He plays the ever, dude.
He plays the gay butler. And he doesn't wear shoes because shoes make him fall. He's hilarious in that movie, dude. He's probably the second. Like, I think Nathan Lane is the funniest. Then you got Hank Azaria, and it's like a battle between Hackman and fucking. But Robin Williams is great in it too. You know, it's just.
Dude, Azaria is underrated.
I agree.
He's the voice of Mo and other
sad.
He's great.
The only thing about Hank Azaria kind of upsets me that he released this apology about the Apu character. I think that's
super stupid.
That's ridiculous. Like, give me a break.
I think nobody ever had an issue with Apu, but okay.
I don't think they did. And being that I used to collect money for a bookkeeping service from many, many Middle Eastern and Indian and Pakistani folk, I can say that Apu was not that much of a stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Not that much of a stretch. Like, I straight up walked into places, convenience stores, just like that. So
also, like, his performance isn't even offensive or anything. It's just, I don't know.
No,
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, next movie.
129, another comedy. Now, not a lot of comedies make the list. Not like they did the 80s. The 80s were just chock full of comedies.
Packed with comedies.
This, I think, is Bill Murray's finest hour.
Groundhog Day?
No. Makes the list, though. Makes the list. It's tough. It's tough between this and Groundhog Day, but Richard Dreyfuss... No. Rushmore didn't make the list, unfortunately.
I don't know.
What About Bob? If you get a chance, you need to watch What About Bob. He plays a mental patient that follows his his doctor to an island who's trying to have a vacation.
Uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable but funny. It's so funny, dude. You know, because I've always liked Richard Dreyfuss too. Like, ever since Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, all that shit. But seeing him unravel, I love he was great in that too. But you already know that I like watching assholes in movies, and I love watching a man unravel and just completely lose his mind. And Richard Dreyfuss loses his mind in What About Bob?
Okay.
Now the next movie, another movie I saw in the theater, heavily underrated, with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. And another one I know you haven't seen. It's called The Ghost in the Darkness, which is about these two lions. This is based on a true fucking story. Two lions that were actually attacking people and killing them for pleasure in Africa way back in the day. It's a surprisingly great movie, actually.
I think I saw a whole video on this one.
No, it's...
Oh, wait, did I? 1 sec.
It's very good, though, if you get a chance.
I think... Did you know the channel History Buffs?
YouTube?
Yeah.
No.
Great channel. He analyzes historical movies, and I think he talked about this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he did. Yeah, okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like that might want to be on your list. I'd be curious to see what you'd think about The Ghost in the Darkness.
Historical movie, so yeah.
127, another thriller. Jennifer Jason Leigh, Bridget Fonda. It's a movie called Single White Female. It's about a girl who meets another girl, and she pretty much copies her, like everything. her hair, everything. It's very,
Ugh.
very uncomfortable. And, you know,
Yeah.
I love movies like this, though. I mean, I've learned after doing these lists that I really like thrillers. You know, when they're done right. I like a movie that makes my heart fucking race a little bit, you know.
I can see that.
126, courtroom drama. Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore,
A Few Good Men.
Tom Cruise. I want the truth. Motherfucker, you can't handle the truth. They should do a remake with Samuel L. Jackson as Jack Nicholson. Motherfucker. Anyway, 125, French movie. Luc Besson.
Oh, Nikita?
La Femme Nikita.
No, that's
Makes the list because my dad, you know, made me watch that way back in the day.
I have that, but I haven't seen it.
124, Joel and Ethan Coen classic.
Mm.
Yep.
Which one?
Mm.
Fargo.
There you go. There you go. Okay, Margie. Okay. 123 is a movie by Alexander Payne. And I think it's the first movie I ever saw by Alexander Payne. And I like that guy a lot. Reese Witherspoon, Matthew Broderick. Dark comedy called Election. Which...
No idea.
Pretty good movie, man. Pretty good. Number 122 is the third movie that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like it, but I love
Hudson Hawk.
Third movie. David Fincher directed it.
Oh,
I
really?
saw it recently. Yeah, it's pretty
Alien
on the
3,
list.
yeah.
Yeah, Alien 3 makes the
That's
list.
weird.
I love the Alien movies. I love them, even the bad ones. Not Alien vs. Predator. I don't count those.
That's bad.
I don't count that shit. I mean, dude, I even like Alien 4 a little bit.
That's the only one I have not seen.
That's the Joss Whedon, you know, Winona Ryder's in it. Who else is in it? Ron Perlman is in it.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway, 121. Anyway, but I will be one of these people, though, that will always defend Alien 3 because it took a dramatic turn. And I love the ending, actually. I love the way she just jumps in the fire and holds that fucking alien still, even though none of that shit's canon anymore. The whole Alien franchise is totally fucking weird now.
It is.
Anyway. 121 is a Barry Levinson movie, which I really like Barry Levinson. I don't know if you've seen this. Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, Wag the Dog.
Oh, that's on my watch list.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's actually surprisingly good. It's about spin doctors. I don't know if you know what a spin doctor is, but it's people that, you know, when the news breaks out, they have to spin it. You know, they have to change it and focus everything. You know.
Yeah, I heard about this. I know what it's about. It sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a smart comedy. It's more of a smart comedy, not a screwball. 120 is the first time I ever saw a movie by the Wachowski brothers, and I think it's their first movie anyway. But it's a smart movie. It's actually was surprisingly good, and I don't like Jennifer Tilly. But Bound. If you ever get a chance to see this movie, Bound. It's very good. Great ending. Joe Pantoliano is always good. Joey Pants, man, he's in Midnight Run. I love that guy.
He is great, yeah.
I fucking love that guy. Man, and he's like a Wachowski brothers guy because he was in all the Matrixes. Like I love.
He's
that
also
guy.
Bad Boys and Memento. And,
yes.
Stuff.
I forgot he's the chief in or the captain or lieutenant or whatever in Bad Boys. He's great.
He's in the new one as well.
Good. Was that good?
It was okay.
It was okay. Serviceable. Better than Gemini Man.
Oh yeah.
What did you rate Gemini Man?
Like 3 out of 10.
Ooh, that's terrible.
It is terrible. Actually, fun fact, I have the top review on Gemini Man on IMDb. I wrote that. It has like, I don't know, like a couple of hundred upvotes.
Wow.
Yeah, because I felt like I was one of the first one that saw people that saw it.
Do you do a lot of reviews on IMDb?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Start scrolling through all these movies and seeing your name on all these reviews.
615 people thought it was helpful.
Oh.
I was basically just shitting on David Benioff and everybody. because he
Benioff.
wrote that.
Yeah, I know. Benioff has had some.
He's awful.
Wolverine Origins.
Game of Thrones season 8.
Yeah, but all right, let's get a grip here with the season 8. Everyone thinks no. I mean, you're discrediting the entire series though. That series was magnificently wrote up until the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, right, and that ruined it for me. I don't want to talk and think about Game of Thrones no more.
All right, well, reach behind you, find the grip, and just grab it for a little bit. All right, number 119. 119. You don't want to do a Game of Thrones show?
No.
Let's do it, Alvin. We'll watch the whole thing again. It'll be so much fun.
I don't care for that show anymore, and it was my absolute favorite for years.
And we could watch it all the way until Bran says, "What do you think I've been traveling? What did he say? What does he say? It was terrible. Why do you think I've come so far?" And you're like, "Oh my god, they Lord of the Rings it." Anyway, 119. Now, this is a movie I recommend to you because I think you appreciate Eddie Murphy a little bit since Dolomite.
Kind of.
But this movie's surprisingly good. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. It's a movie called Life, where they go to prison for a crime they didn't commit.
Life.
Yeah, but it goes through like 6 decades of them being in prison. And it's actually really, really good. It's a good movie. So highly, highly recommend Life.
Okay.
Number 118, I got a Warren Beatty movie. Now this is I think 2 movies with Warren Beatty on this list. I don't know. Do you know Warren Beatty?
I know him, but I have not seen a movie with him, I believe.
All right. Well, if you're going to watch a movie, I would start with Bulworth, which is number 118 on my list. It was actually surprisingly very good movie. He plays a senator, and he just goes on this night of binging, like drugs and all this shit.
Sean Astin, Halle Berry. Okay.
Yeah, Halle Berry was in that. I almost forget about that. Number, what are we? 117. We got a Bruce Willis. I have to check something real quick. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. I just want to make sure that I didn't fuck up my list. Okay, I didn't. I for some reason I thought of 2 movies that were like, oh my god, are those 90s movies? And I had to check. They're both 2001. So the crisis has been averted here. We're okay.
All right.
Number 117. Brad Pitt, Bruce Willis.
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. Yeah, the Terry Gilliam sci-fi classic. Oh my god. Sorry. I could do the whole list in that voice if you want.
Please don't.
116 is a Joel and Ethan Coen movie that I've told you to watch, I think, a couple times now.
Miller's Crossing?
Miller's Crossing, yeah. The Irish mafia movie.
It's on my watch list.
115, I'm quite certain this made your goddamn list. Al Pacino.
Scent of a Woman.
Scent of a Woman. Didn't it make
it?
It
Yeah, it was it was the last place on the list, like 30.
Right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Scent of a Woman.
Because I only had 30 and you have 200. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I go a little overboard. And I'm going to say right now that next week, I don't think I'm going to have the 2000s ready. So
I thought about making my top 100 of all time.
Good. You do that.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a break from this because these lists are making me insane. Yeah, they're making me insane.
Yeah, maybe next week we will start with Spotify. Who knows? Because then I have the new mic. I gotta look into that, but maybe then we can start with my top 100 movies. That's a nice way to start.
Well, I know with Spotify, Apple, all that shit, you have to like
RSS feed.
The RSS feed, but you also have to apply to get them.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, I guess.
There's a lot of podcasting fucking things now too. So anyway, number 114 is a Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller directed Matthew Broderick movie that is very dark, but probably one of my favorite Jim Carrey roles. It's a movie called The Cable Guy. I don't know if you've ever seen The Cable Guy.
I heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was thinking, like, do I put Truman Show on here? I enjoy Truman Show, but not enough to put it on here. The Cable Guy is like one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. Like, he's completely Jim Carrey in the movie, but he's still kind of a fucking psycho because it's another one of those movies where the guy gets obsessed with the other.
Yeah.
Very single white female, 113 is a very twisted movie that I'm sure you haven't seen, but I would definitely put it on the list. It's called Your Friends and Neighbors. It's where it's one of these movies where there's a big cast and everybody just starts fucking each other. You know, like
I see.
yeah, like it's all couples and stuff. One of them's like, hey, you know, we should fuck. Then they start fucking and just some dark shit happens in this movie. But Jason Patric plays a role that is very similar to like Tom Cruise's Magnolia role. They're just chauvinistic. And again, I love a great asshole. And Jason Patric in Your Friends and Neighbors is a fucking fantastic asshole.
But he's also the guy from Speed 2, right?
We're not talking about Speed 2 though. Speed 2 is a stain on, you know, on humanity.
Everybody.
It really is, because, you know, had you had Keanu Reeves in that role, it would have been a different. Because I mean, shit, you had Willem Dafoe, right? Willem Dafoe was the bad guy.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Only seen the first one.
So you're talking shit about a movie you haven't even seen. You might.
I heard Cruise Control is pretty bad.
You probably like it. Watch. Anyway,
sure.
112 is probably the third movie I saw with one of my favorites, Gary Oldman. This movie is another Irish movie, not made in Ireland, but Irish Mafia. Sean Penn, Ed Harris, Gary Oldman. Heavily underrated movie called State of Grace. It's a must-watch.
It's weird, but I haven't heard of it.
I think I mentioned it to you.
Maybe it's on my watch list.
I think I told you about it like one of those episodes. I brought it up.
Yeah, it's on my watch list already.
Okay. I owned the VHS. You know, VHS.
John C. Reilly, John Turturro. Okay.
Johnny Turturro. I just watched him in something. Anyway.
The Jesus.
111 is another Ron Howard. Ron Howard makes the list a few times here. But this one is the Michael Keaton movie that no one ever really talks about, called The Paper. And I think The Paper is just a fun ride. I love The Paper. When I saw The Paper, I was like, oh man, I'm going to be a journalist. I'm going to be a reporter. It never happened, obviously. But, you know, gave me the itch for like a month, you know. It's got a great cast, though, The Paper.
Robert Duvall, Marisa Tomei.
I mean, it's Robert Duvall playing Robert Duvall. You know.
Yeah. Not a bad thing.
I think Robert Duvall's been playing Robert Duvall a long time. 110, Catherine Bigelow movie. Ray Fiennes. It should have made my top 100, quite honestly.
Shit. I don't know the title.
Called Strange Days.
Yeah.
Which is a very good sci-fi, not dystopian, but examination on what could be to come type of movie. And it's one of my favorite Ray Fiennes movies because it's so different. Like, it was the movie that came out right after he played fucking the Schindler's List. Amon Gareth, right?
Good.
Amon Good?
Yeah. Huh. It's always weird when you say German words. Never
Me? Oh, I think they're fucking. I think I speak flawless German. I mean, flawless. I mean, some people would say beautiful. You know. But yeah, this is another movie that deserves to be on the list. Anyway, moving on. 109. This is another movie that I know you haven't even heard of or maybe even seen. Matt Dillon, Faye Dunaway. It's got my boy in it, which I can't remember. William Fichtner.
Boy?
William Fichtner's always been on my list of boys because he's creepy, and I don't know, his face is
his face is distinct,
very distinct. Yeah, it's a movie called Albino Alligator, which you know, there's a lot of these movies in the 90s that were just trying to have a twist, and they have a very good twist in this movie, Albino Alligator. But it's one of my favorite William Fichtner movies. Actually, he's very good in it.
Vigo is also in it.
Is he in it? Vigo? Yeah. Oh, wow. My boy, Vigo.
He plays Guy. Whoever Guy is.
Yeah, G.I. Jane sadly doesn't make the list, even though Vigo plays one of the best drill instructors ever in G.I. Jane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would say, I think you're a Vigo kind of guy. It's G.I. Jane
like
is
him a lot, yeah.
It's worth watching because of Vigo, not so much Demi Moore, even though Demi Moore is pretty good at it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really consider that movie woke, which is weird. But anyway. 108, John Cusack movie.
Oh, I think I know which one it is, but I can't. I don't know. Somehow I can't pronounce the name.
Gross Point Blank.
That's right.
Was
That's
that the one you were thinking? Yeah, I knew you were probably thinking of that one. Yeah.
I don't know how to say that, because anyway.
What are you trying to say? Like grosse? Or
No, like the point is because of the E in the end. It's like anyway. Never mind.
Okay, all right. Gross Point Blank makes the list. Another Mini Driver appearance there.
I heard this one is pretty great.
It is good. A little violent. It's a dark comedy. Now 107, I got a gem here. A fucking gem with Jeff Bridges and Tim Robbins.
A crack whore.
Probably not rated high on IMDb, but just a great fucking ending. It's a movie about terrorism called Arlington Road. And to me, it's a must watch. It's another thriller, but the ending is so fucking good.
7.2.
Really? It got a 7.2. Yeah. I feel like I just tackled somebody. Cusack. Yeah. Yeah, she plays Tim Robbins' wife. Yeah.
She was in a lot of stuff back in the day.
Yeah. She's great in Shameless, that show with William H. Macy.
She was pretty alright in School of Rock.
Yeah. The Shameless role, though, like, I feel like she deserves an award because she plays this chick that can't go outside. She has a fear of going outside.
Yeah.
And she plays it very well. Like, I never been one to look at Joan Cusack and think, yeah, let's give her an award.
Yeah.
But that role, she really acts. 106, my old boy, Oliver Stone, makes an appearance here.
The Doors.
You'll be happy to know that The Doors did not make the list. Even though I appreciate The Doors quite a bit.
Natural Born Killers?
Yes, Natural Born Killers makes the list. Always been indifferent about the movie because I think it takes some very weird turns that aren't necessarily needed. I'd love to see a Quentin Tarantino Natural Born Killers version.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we'll never get it. But, I mean, still, it was great to see Woody Harrelson play such a, murderous dude,
And Robert Downey Jr. and Tommy Lee Jones.
You know about Woody Harrelson, right? You know about his dad, right? He was a fucking murderer. Yeah. Woody Harrelson's dad was a hitman, I believe. A hitman. He shot a fucking judge. Like, I don't know.
Fuck?
Yeah, like there's some serious there's serious crimes in the US, and like one of them of course is shooting a cop, but when you shoot a judge, that's unbelievable. Yeah. So yeah, Woody Harrelson's got some dark shit with his dad there, which I think they kind of touched on that in a couple interviews. That's another thing that happened this week. James Lipton, the guy that used to host Inside the Actors Studio. I know you probably never saw that, but there's plenty of clips on YouTube. But around that time in the 90s, early 2000s, nobody did interviews like James Lipton on Inside the Actors Studio. So that's kind of sad to see the guy die. Because that guy, the cool thing about James Lipton, man, is when you watch interviews, you see these people that interview and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But James Lipton knew what he was talking about, and he was fanboying all over these people, so kind of sad. 104. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 105. My mistake. Tony Scott, Kevin Costner.
Oh.
That threw you off a little bit.
Where he's like kidnapper?
Well, yeah, his girl gets kidnapped. It's called Revenge.
Oh, I thought he was like okay. Isn't there one here where he kidnaps a boy?
Yeah, which actually makes the list here pretty soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at you, always jumping ahead.
Mm-hmm.
104 is a Wolfgang Peterson movie that I swear is still good. It's Clint Eastwood, John Malkovich in one of his best fucking roles of all time. It's called In the Line of Fire.
Oh, I saw that at the store today, but I didn't buy it.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood plays a Secret Service guy that, protecting the president, and John Malkovich is playing cat and mouse with him because he's going to shoot the president. It's fucking intense. 103, my boy, Tony Scott makes another appearance here today. Another
True
appearance.
Romance.
Come on. Do you think that would be
That's
103?
way
Get
up
out of
high.
here.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
It sounded weird when I said it. I don't know.
You haven't seen this, but I've told you to watch it. Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman, Crimson Tide.
Oh, the Hackman. Okay.
Hackman makes another appearance today.
Yeah.
It's very intense.
A lot of-
I really like movies that are in submarines.
Vigo is also in that.
Vigo is in that. Yeah, he is in Crimson. Crimson Tide though is it has a level of intensity that is very there, you know, present. 102, a Billy Crystal classic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I say Billy Crystal, I don't know if that resonates with you that much.
No.
It's a movie called City Slickers. I would put it it probably should be top 100, but it just misses. 102, City Slickers. It's about city boys. They go out and decide to do some ranching. So it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
101.
Oh boy.
101 is the movie that you were just talking about with Kevin Costner, where he somewhat kidnaps a boy. Well, I guess he does kidnap a boy. It's a Clint Eastwood movie called The Perfect World.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
And I saw this at the theater, and I loved it. I love this movie. I don't rank it that high because I don't think it's particularly great. But I remember thinking it was so cool to see Kevin Costner in such a different... Even though Kevin Costner, I mean, let's face it, not a lot of range there, But he was very good in that movie. So now we're at the top 100.
Yeah, but before that, let me take a leak.
I was thinking we'd take 5. What do you think?
Okay, that's fine.
That's perfect. We'll be back in 5.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
Alrighty. Top 100. And you know what, man? Around 125, I started squirming in my chair like a motherfucker. I had to pee so bad. It felt so good, you know? Especially after that energy drink. Anyway. Number 100 is the last great Francis Ford Coppola movie that I told you to put on your list with Matt Damon. The Rainmaker. The Rainmaker. It's a must. An absolute must. Great courtroom drama. Number 99 is another gem from the 90s that didn't get a lot of recognition come Oscar season, which was really odd. Robert Altman, all-star fucking cast, Shortcuts. It's got Robert Downey Jr. in there, even when he was like going through some rough times too. So, great movie.
Shortcuts.
Yeah, Andy McDowell's in it as well.
Oh.
So, you know that took a lot.
Yeah, all right.
Number 98 is ranked a little low. Probably should put it a little higher. The science fiction classic that blew everybody's mind when it came out. Keanu Reeves. Yeah, The Matrix. I probably should put The Matrix a little higher. It seems a little
I'm not a fan.
I know, you've said you're not a fan of The Matrix, which is weird. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Is it just
I'm not a sci-fi fan in general.
That's right. Number 97 is a Nicolas Cage comedy classic that I know I've told you to watch, called Honeymoon in Vegas. Says a lot that Leaving Las Vegas gets left off the list, but Honeymoon in Vegas makes the list. Number 96, Bill Murray. You already mentioned it before.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day had to be on the fucking list.
Andy McDowell.
Had to be on the list. Despite that fucking... It's so weird that chick is her daughter, because I actually like her.
Yeah.
Quali. Like, everything I've seen her in, everything I've seen her in, I've liked her in. So,
even in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
she was perfect for the role. Perfect for the role as a Manson girl. Despite despite Quentin Tarantino's pervy fucking shots of her feet, you know. You know about Quentin Tarantino and his feet obsession, right?
Who gives a shit?
He's got a foot obsession. I'm just saying. He likes to suck the toes. Number 95. Number 95.
Lahane.
No, I still haven't seen it. So sadly,
dude, I thought that you might have seen it by this week. But no.
Well, let's just say that I've acquired.
You didn't.
I've acquired.
Oh, okay.
But I just went on a wicked gaming time. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately, which
Overwatch is dirty.
It is dirty, but
I hate the community. So I don't
it's so toxic, man. Every Blizzard game is
true.
toxic. Like the first game I'm in there, and the guy's like, "You're worthless. Uninstall the game." I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. And online gaming is kind of
toxic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
But with my Rust background,
yeah, you've seen it all.
I like a little toxicity,
Yeah.
Anyway, 95, a movie I've told you several times to watch. Mickey Rourke, Don Johnson. Yeah.
I don't know.
Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Probably should have been ranked fucking higher, if I'm being honest. 94 is a Clint Eastwood directed gem with Kevin Spacey.
Oh.
I don't think you've seen this either.
I don't think so, no.
The book was fantastic. It's called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And if you ever do see it, you're like, man, Kevin Spacey, like, it's almost like his precursor to his Frank Underwood role in a way. But that's a movie.
That's a good title.
Oh, it's a great title, isn't it?
Yeah.
The title's probably better than the movie, I would say
Cusack, Jude Law.
And I definitely say the book is better than the film, but the film is still good.
It's weird that I'd never heard of it because it's an Eastwood movie.
That's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for.
Right.
93. Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman, Jude Law, science fiction classic movie. One of the most, very thought-provoking, called Gattaca. I don't know if you've seen Gattaca.
Right. No, I have not seen it.
Definitely worth it. And it's a grounded science fiction tale. It's not, it's more your pace, I would say.
Okay.
92, we have Richard Donner and Mel Gibson reuniting for a fucking romp of a Western called Maverick. I know I've mentioned that one a few times.
Did you?
I mean, it's a movie that manages to make Jodie Foster sexy. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That alone is a feat of strength. I think.
You just said that. Okay.
Wow. You know what I'm talking about there. You're like, Jodie Foster, what the fuck?
Yeah, I do.
91, we have another Keanu Reeves movie, Patrick Swayze, the original Fast and the Goddamn Furious, baby.
Yeah, Point Break.
Another Catherine Bigelow directed fucking
I haven't seen
film.
it, but it's on Netflix, so I could see it, but I don't know.
I suggest it. I do.
Yeah.
I suggest it. Yeah. And again, Gary Busey, too. You can't go wrong with Gary Busey.
That's nice.
Number 90, Warren Beatty makes another appearance. This movie by no means is good, and I know a lot of people wouldn't have it on their list, but I had the tape and I watched it over and over again because I was obsessed with Las Vegas. So it's Bugsy, which is about the late great Bugsy Siegel, the monster that created Las Vegas.
I think that is on Prime.
It's actually pretty good. And Ben Kingsley plays a very good Meyer Lansky in the movie. I have a big obsession with mobsters and
Harvey
gangsters.
Keitel.
Harvey Keitel, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, he's a draw. So
you do like Harvey.
He's cool.
Bad Lieutenant, then. You need to see Bad Lieutenant.
I know,
if you ever get a chance, Bad Lieutenant, you'd be like, oh shit, this is out of the realm. Number 89 is an HBO film, so I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it. Matthew Modine, kind of an all-star cast too, but it's about the first days of HIV and AIDS. It's called And the Band Played On. It's the best movie that you'll ever see. Well, I mean, I know Philadelphia gets in there for, portraying AIDS and HIV, but And the Band Played On goes into how it starts and how they didn't know what to do. And it's great. It's great, but heartbreaking at the same time.
I would imagine, yeah.
Number 80, but I would say it's Matthew Modine's best role. And that, again, that's another, statement there. Because I don't really like Matthew Modine. So
I know.
Number 88 is another gem that I highly recommend. Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton, Sam Raimi directed movie. Fucking fantastic. It's called A Simple Plan. I could easily rate this in the top 10, but I didn't. But it is a must watch. A must fucking watch.
Oh, 7.5. Yeah, it's already on my watch list.
7.5. Wow.
That's really good.
Number 87 is a movie you watched recently with Sylvester Stallone, De Niro.
Copland.
Yeah, Copland makes the list. Number 86 is a movie that I don't know a lot of people would put it on their list, but I put it on the list because I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun time. It's an adaptation of a classic novel. Gary Oldman, Keanu Reeves, Anthony Hopkins, Winona Ryder.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula makes the cut. Yeah.
Even though Keanu is horrible.
Is horrible, yeah. I mean, he ruins that role so bad. Like,
I liked Hopkins as Van Helsing though.
So did I. And I really enjoy Gary Oldman.
Oh yeah, of course.
As Dracula. When he licks the fucking the razor, I mean, I love that shot. I love that scene. 85, Robert Rodriguez movie that you mentioned earlier.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
That's actually the top, but this one, Desperado makes the cut. Yep. And I definitely say you still need to see that, especially because it's one of Tarantino's finest moments on screen. Which is a stretch, because anytime you see it on screen, you're like, ooh.
That's not that great.
I remember sitting with my dad in the theater when we went and saw Pulp Fiction, and beforehand he's like, I don't want to see it if Tarantino's face is in it. And I'm like, don't worry, he's in it real quick. And I remember when it got to the scene with Tarantino, which I actually liked that scene.
It's not bad. He's not horrible, Ned.
No, but right when he sees his face, my dad audibly in the theater goes, "Oh my god!" I'll never forget that.
Dude, but it's a great scene with the wolf.
Yeah, it's very, it's one of those scenes that we can't really repeat what they say. Did you notice a sign on my lawn that said,
Dead
anyway.
storage.
Dead something storage, yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Now, 84, we have a Lawrence Kasdan movie that I feel like is just another...
Empire.
What were you going to say? Empire Strikes Back? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, just give it to me. I don't know any. Oh, is it White Earp?
Grand Canyon, actually.
Oh, okay, fine.
Wyatt Earp almost made the list because I still think Wyatt Earp is a good Western. Okay. But it didn't make it. 83, another Stephen Hopkins movie. Stephen Hopkins is the guy that did The Ghost in the Darkness. He's a guy that I really liked back in the day. But Emilio Estevez, Dennis Leary, Cuba Gooding Jr. in a movie called Judgment Night. It's a movie where they're on the road. They're going to see a fight, a boxing fight, bunch of friends, and they take the wrong turn to try to, have a little shortcut through the city. And they run into some bad dudes.
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah, and he's tolerable. He's tolerable in the movie because I'm not a fan of Stephen Dorff at all, man. That guy is like the toughest non-tough guy I've ever seen in movies,
That fits.
Like he acts so fucking badass in the movies and you're just looking at him like, I don't know. It just doesn't work. But 82, another Emilio Estevez movie. It's actually got Mick Jagger in it. And I think that when I checked IMDb, it was rated 4.4, which is an absolute travesty. It's a movie called Free Jack. I would recommend it to anybody. Anybody that wants to see Free Jack, they need to see Free Jack. They swap minds in the movie.
Sure.
Anthony Hopkins is in it, which is odd. It's an odd Anthony Hopkins movie. This is before Hannibal Lecter, so yeah. Now, 81 is the first Danny Boyle movie that I ever saw.
Trainspotting.
It's on the list, but I saw this one before, and it's actually the first Ewan McGregor movie, the first Christopher Eccleston movie. Shallow Grave. Okay. Shallow Grave is intense. An amazing ending, too. An amazing ending. I think it was like 2 years before Trainspotting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was 94.
Number 80. Number 80 is a movie that scared me and scared every child around the world that saw this movie at the time.
Candyman.
No. This is actually not a horror movie, but a movie about abduction.
Okay.
Called Fire in the Sky. Now, it was scary because it's based on true events about this, these loggers. And one guy gets fucking, abducted by the aliens. The movie is intense. It's very grounded. Robert Patrick's in it.
Oh, yeah.
He plays his friend. But it all culminates into, like, he just returns, you know what I mean? He returns like 3 days later, and everyone's like, what the fuck happened to this guy? The guy's name is Travis Walton. It's a very famous account of UFO abduction. And when he flashes back to what happens to him on the ship, it's very intense. It's like, it makes you scared of aliens, period. My cousin can't handle aliens when they have the big head and the big eyes. He couldn't even watch the movie at the time. He wouldn't even watch it with me. He was so scared to watch it. So
looks creepy.
Very
looking
creepy.
at pictures. Okay.
Number 79, we got the action-packed Keanu Reeves classic movie.
Bill and Ted.
No. Dennis Hopper.
Speed.
Yes. I had to
seen
put Speed
that
on
not
the
that
list.
long ago.
I had to put Speed on this list because I love Speed. I love the cheesiness of it. I like the idea of just you're on a fucking bus, you can't go over this. You know what I mean? I love that shit. Number 78. We get back to a little darkness here with Matt Damon, Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
The talented Mr. Ripley.
Still haven't seen it.
What's weird too is there's like 5 other movies about Ripley, about Tom Ripley, which was weird. Like Dennis Hopper's played Tom Ripley. John Malkovich has played Tom Ripley. Barry Pepper has played Tom Ripley. It's pretty weird. But this movie is the standout, definitive, Ripley movie, I think. Number 77, Tom Clancy movie. Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, Hunt for Red October.
Saw this in the theater when I was a kid, I remember my grandma, like, I hated this movie. And I was like, man, I thought it was pretty fucking good.
It's good, yeah.
It's not for everybody. It's a man's movie,
It's a submarine movie. Not a fan.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I love submarine movies. I do. In fact, I think in the 2000s, we'll even have an appearance by U571 with Matthew McConaughey. Number 76, the James Cameron action-packed movie.
True Lies.
True Lies. Absolutely.
That's a little low.
It is a little low, but still makes the list. I mean, this is tough for me. Like the 90s, there's a lot of movies I love in the 90s. Like this was harder to do than the 80s because the 80s there's so many just action and fucking comedy basically, I mean, in reality. This was a little harder because the 90s this is when film became film for me. So there's a lot of dramas in here. And then number 75, another James Cameron Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I wonder.
Oh, no, really?
Terminator
That's
2.
Low. Yeah, that feels low for your standards. I don't know.
I mean, I would say maybe it could be adjusted. Yeah, but
like for most people, that's like top 5, I guess.
No, it wouldn't be top 5 for me. For me, like Total Recall is the quintessential Arnold 90s movie.
Yeah,
I love Terminator 2, but nothing blew me away like Total Recall. Number 74, a movie that we mentioned earlier.
Wayne.
Wolfgang Peterson. Kevin Spacey. I didn't think you've seen it. Outbreak.
Oh yeah. No, I've not seen it.
Yeah, I saw that. Another one that I saw. I'm pretty sure every movie that I list here is theater movies. So Outbreak is a must-see, especially in today's times of this coronavirus shit that's going on out there.
Dustin Hoffman. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's the way they show how it gets carried out, it's 10 times better than Contagion. I never really cared for Contagion. I thought Contagion was just okay, 73 is a great film by Kathy Bates. It's a great Stephen King movie.
Misery.
Kathy Bates, yeah. Misery. Misery could have went higher too. Like this is just it's a hard list to compile for me. 72, we got Tom Cruise in one of his most iconic roles that he's ever played.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry fucking Maguire.
I almost bought that today, actually. I had it in my hands, and then I thought, maybe not.
Show me the money, baby. Show me the money.
I should have bought it.
The kid in that movie will melt your fucking heart. And I know that's, says a lot.
Okay.
71. We already mentioned it before. HIV/AIDS movie. I hate to call it that.
The one I bought, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Philadelphia makes the cut. Probably could have went even higher because the acting performances by Tom Hanks is a well-deserved Oscar, by the way. But Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington both.
And Banderas?
Yeah, Banderas. That was like the first time he hit the scene too, and it was like this, very good role. But the other two steal the show. They steal the show.
No, okay.
Number 70, another Tom Cruise movie, another Ron Howard movie, which I love this movie. I love this movie. Far and Away. I don't think you've ever seen Far and Away. Maybe you haven't. It's a movie about Irish immigrants, and they come over to America. Kind of corny. I wouldn't say corny, but very, very feel good, movie.
That's nice. I like that. Sometimes.
Definitely worth watching because you get to see Tom Cruise do an Irish accent. So, yeah. Yeah. Probably the only time he's ever done a different accent, really. And he still manages to sound like Tom Cruise, which is really weird. So, number 69 might come as a surprise. Still makes the list, though. Martin Scorsese. Sharon
Bringing
Stone.
Out the Dead? No. Oh, Casino.
Casino makes the list.
Huh.
Makes the list. I've stated before that Casino. I struggle with Casino a little bit because of Robert De Niro's character, but overall, the movie's fantastic.
It is.
Especially if you're a Vegas nut like me. So, I've said it before. I love Las Vegas. I just love what it represents. You know. Number 68 is a Steven Spielberg movie that I think is one of his best, but no one ever really talks about it. And I know I've told you about it a few times. But it's got
Shit.
Matthew McConaughey, Jaimin Hunsu.
Oh, yeah, Amistad. Yeah.
Amistad, yeah. I think Amistad's a fucking gem, dude. Gem. Number 67, my boy Mel Gibson. I feel like in one of his best roles. I'm pretty sure you have not seen this movie, so I'm just going to tell you. It's called Conspiracy. It's called Conspiracy Theory with him and Julia Roberts, where he plays a conspiracy theorist, but all his conspiracies, a lot of them are turning out to be true. It's a good movie. Solid fucking thriller. Number 66, we got a David O. Russell movie with George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, and Ice fucking Cube.
Oh, Three Kings.
Three Kings.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, it's worth a watch, for sure.
That's 90s? Okay.
Oh, yeah. 90s. Number 65, we got a Ridley Scott film that's kind of a different film with Gina Davis. I know, it's weird putting Gina Davis on this, but...
Thelma and Louise?
Thelma and Louise, yeah. Have you ever seen Thelma and Louise?
No.
Yeah, I'd suggest watching Thelma and Louise. It's a good movie.
Another Simpsons episode.
64, we got our boy Bruce Willis in one of his last best roles. I don't even think you like this movie though, by Luc Besson.
Oh, Fifth Element, no.
The Fifth Element, baby. Again, goes up there in
so wacky.
It goes up there like with Starship Troopers, and just so happy that I saw it in the theater because I just had such a good time. Number 63 is a movie I think I recommended to you last week with Sean Austin. I said to watch it and see if you didn't cry. It's called Rudy, about the true story of Daniel Rudiger, who just wanted to play for Notre Dame, but he was too small, Amin. He was too small. It really gets you at the gut, though, that movie. They really find a way to make that story incredible. Incredible.
Want to know what the German title is?
What is it called?
Touchdown.
Touchdown?
Yeah.
That's so generic.
It is.
All right. Number 62 is a movie with Johnny Lee Miller and Robert Carlyle. And I think this was done by the other Scott brother, Jake Scott, if I recall. But it's called Plunkett and McLean. And this movie is an absolute fucking gem. All right? There's the villain in this movie. He pushes people's eyes in with his thumb. And there's one scene where they actually show him just pushing, and he doesn't do it quick either, man. He fucking does it real slow. He just fucking puts his fucking thumb right in your eye. I swear to God, it's one of those things where I turned away from it because I don't like eyeball shit,
Yeah.
It freaks me out. Yeah.
Oh, this is a historical movie, okay.
Yeah. I think you would enjoy Plunkett and McLean, actually.
Yeah, it looks good. They're wearing masks. That's cool.
61 is a movie you didn't care for with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, The Boxer?
The Boxer. Yeah, The Boxer. Boxer makes the cut just because, again, big giant fan of the Jim Sheridan Irish movies. I know. But Daniel Day-Lewis in that movie, I know it goes unnoticed, but the way he trained to be a boxer in that movie and the way it comes out in the movie, he actually looks like a real deal boxer the way because a lot of boxing movies, they don't look real, they just are going through emotions. Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis is always the real deal.
Right. Number 60 is a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Thomas Anderson movie.
Okay, so I'm not sure. It could be Boogie Nights. Could be Magnolia.
Could be either one.
Could be Hard 8, but I don't think so.
Hard 8 did not make the cut.
Yeah. It's Magnolia, right?
Magnolia, yeah. Magnolia makes it at number 60. Again, I'd like to put it higher. It could be a number fucking 1 had it not been for that strange fucking ending that does create a huge indifference in me with the movie, because the movie,
I feel that.
the movie's an absolute masterpiece up until this strange moment. Number 59, Tom Cruise again makes the cut, along with Brad Pitt and Christian Slater, Antonio Banderas, Stephen Ray, Kirsten
really?
Dunst. Oh, yeah.
I know what it is, but I have not seen it.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Must watch. I mean, I know you don't expect Tom Cruise to be good as this character, but it's really a very good Brad Pitt. And I know you like Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt kind of steals the show as Louis. Great film. And number 58 is a Peter Jackson must watch.
Braindead.
No, it's a must watch with Kate Winslet. It's the first time I ever saw Kate Winslet as well. But Heavenly Creatures. It's based on a true story of these two girls that created this fantasy world together, and they ended up killing somebody. And I guess I don't know if that's spoilers, but I mean, it's based on a true story, but it's very good. Heavenly Creatures, man. It's probably a movie it's one of those movies that I would recommend to you. I know there's a lot of movies on here that I know I wouldn't recommend to you, but this is one that is a recommend.
Okay.
Number 57, we've talked about it before. Robert Rodriguez's From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. Number 56, we don't really need to talk about it. It's just a fun fucking romp. I love that movie.
It is, yeah.
Number 56, I think this is probably Kenneth Branagh's finest moment as a director.
Oh.
And definitely worth the watch.
That medieval movie?
Hamlet.
Oh, okay.
It's his interpretation of Hamlet, and he sets it in like this weird period of, I think, 1800s Denmark, which is different from the setting of actual Hamlet, but it's like 3.5 hours long, shot in 80 millimeter. It's
4 hours long.
4 hours, yeah. But like, I think you got to be a Shakespeare person to appreciate it. But he is, it's great cast too. Great cast. Demanded to be on the list. Number 55. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. 55. Paul Thomas Anderson's
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights makes the list, obviously.
That's good.
Number 50. Did you think it wouldn't make the list? I mean, come on.
No.
Oh, get out of here. Number 54. I know I've recommended this one to you as well. Ray Fiennes, John Turturro. Robert Redford directed Quiz Show. Very good movie. It's probably, I think that would go as John Turturro's best acting performance right there. He got nominated.
Oh, Hank Azaria.
I mean, you can't go wrong, right? With Hank. I love how Hank Azaria is jumping out to you like, oh, well, shit. Azaria's in it. I feel like Hank Azaria, like, he was on The Simpsons for so long that he kind of missed out on more of a bigger acting career in a way.
That's probably true, yeah.
But anyway, 52 is a 1990s gem. I use that word a lot, but this is one of the real gems, man. This is one of the real gems here. Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, River Phoenix, Dan Aykroyd. It's a movie called Sneakers. It's not about shoes either. It's about spies and shit like that. And I don't know. It's one of my favorite movies from the 90s. It could easily be top 10, honestly. Number 51 is Dennis Leary in his... oh, yeah. Dennis Leary is one of my favorites.
Ice Age.
No. Oddly enough, Ice Age doesn't make the cut.
It's not from the 90s.
This movie I would recommend to anybody, though. It's a movie called The Ref with him and Kevin Spacey and Judi Davis. And Judi Davis and Kevin Spacey play a married couple, and they're just fighting all the time. And Dennis Leary is the robber who sneaks into their house during Christmas to steal all their shit, but then gets stuck having to deal with these two fuckers that are just arguing all the time. And It's one of my favorite Kevin Spacey roles, actually. But good movie.
Yeah, it sounds like quite a comedy.
It's very good.
Above Boogie Nights, by God.
It's all about what you'd watch more, and I definitely
I
definitely have seen The Ref probably like 12 times, so it could have gone even higher. So, number 50, we have a fantastically, had no idea this movie was going to blow me away as much as it did, but it's The Edge with Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins, where their plane goes down in the fucking forest and they have to battle a bear. It's fucking amazing. It's probably the best Anthony Hopkins performance outside of Silence of the Lambs, honestly, because he just plays a badass in this movie, man. Just an absolute badass. And Alec Baldwin plays the typical whiny bitch, but he plays it so well that you can't go wrong. All right, we're in the top 50 now. 49. I saw this movie when I was a kid. I had the flu, fell in love with it, seen it so many times since. Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson. White men can't jump.
Is it white guys can jump?
White men can't jump.
Oh, really? Oh,
Another basketball movie, but a different kind of basketball movie. Not like Blue Chips, not like Hoosiers. It's on the street. It's a ghetto movie. It's a street movie. Number 48. Best Picture
Money
winner.
Train. Okay.
No, Money Train. I saw Money Train in the theater. That was not great. That was not great. I remember too because it was exciting them getting back together. But yeah. Odd fact too. Last week on the 80s list we had Wildcats. They're both on that as well. So they've appeared together a few times.
Yeah.
Number 48. Clint Eastwood, Best Picture winner with The Hackman.
Unforgiven.
Unfucking forgiven. Number 47, another Best Picture winner with Kevin Costner. Of all
Dances
people.
with Wolves.
Yeah. As corny as people have made Dances with Wolves out to be,
That's great.
I think people have forgotten how good Dances with Wolves actually is, especially if you see the director's cut version, which adds another 40 minutes to the film.
Nice.
Number 46 is a Lawrence Kasdan. Definitely my favorite. It's hard to say that. It's hard to say that because The Big Chill is so good, but this is my favorite Kevin Kline role of all time. It's got Keanu Reeves, got William Hurt, got River Phoenix. I Love You to Death. Fucking gem of a comedy. Probably one of the best comedies of the 90s. Number 45. Another Best Picture winner. Anthony Hopkins. Jodie Foster.
Silence of the Lambs.
The Silence of the Lambs. Clarice, do you still hear? The lambs, Clarice. All I want is a room. Anyway. Number 44. Number 44. My boy, the first time I ever saw a movie from Guy Ritchie.
Lock, Stock.
Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels. Demanded to be on the list. Probably could be even higher. Might even have to make an adjustment on that. But anyway. 43. The movie that was on last week's list. That should have been on this.
Boy Scout.
The Last Boy Scout, yes. For some reason, I swore that was 1989, and I was completely wrong. So there you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Number 42 is a movie that I don't think you've seen, but I think I've recommended it to you. It's a movie called Dark City with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, you talked about that before.
Jennifer Connelly. Very, very, very weird movie, but the ending is fucking bitchin'. Just absolutely bitchin'. Number 41. There's a lot of movies I've talked about with you here. Number 41. Mm-hmm. Paul Newman. Like, probably my favorite Paul Newman movie outside of Cool Hand Luke, which is Nobody's Fool. Him and Bruce Willis and Melanie Griffith. I don't know why I love this movie, but it's a movie that if it's on, I'm watching it. I'm watching it every single fucking time. I just think he's just so good in it. Like, he's just this old cranky bastard, and he's just,
always great, man.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
The Newman, as we call him.
New Man.
The New Man. Number 40. Movie with Robert Downey Jr. that he could have easily won an Oscar for.
Chaplin.
Chaplin. Number 39. Number 39. Ghetto movie that you love.
Oh, Love? You mean Menace to Society?
Yeah. Oh, dog.
I would
motherfucker.
say Love.
What?
It's good.
You gotta love it. What'd you
It's
say
good,
about my
but I don't love
mama?
it.
What'd you say about my mama?
It's super over the top, dude.
It's so great. It's so great. The fact that he like is just replaying the tape over and over to his friends over and over. He's crazy in that.
It's good, but it's not authentic. Unlike Lame.
I would completely disagree on the inauthenticity, as I, not saying that I grew up in the...
So many people die in that, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you knew... South Central LA at that time...
Okay, yeah, I'm not American, I don't know. But,
it was a war zone. Just an absolute war zone. Just look at the 92 riots. It's just like... It is a scary place, man. A scary place.
Okay, fair enough.
Number 38 is a movie kind of like the return of Milos Forman, who I hadn't seen since Amadeus, with Woody Harrelson, and a great performance by
Larry Flint.
Yeah, The People versus Larry Flint.
Do you know who's in that? Norm Macdonald.
Edward Norton as well.
But most importantly, Norm Macdonald.
Your newfound obsession, Norm Macdonald.
I love that guy.
People vs. Larry Flint, though, is a must-watch, especially if you're a Woody Harrelson guy. And Edward Norton is a pretty good lawyer in this movie as well. But that movie is important to me because it's about free speech. You know what I mean? It's just an important film. It's an important tale to learn. Number 37, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, 7.
Could have easily been in the top 10 as well, but it's almost too perfect in a way.
That's true.
Number 36, Vince Vaughn, Jon Favreau. Swingers, absolutely. Swingers, another one that could have easily gotten higher. 35, Danny Boyle.
Trainspotting.
Yes. I love the first one. I haven't enjoyed that second one.
Really
but
good.
Yeah, it's not even the same. 34, Brad Pitt. Anthony
Legends
Hopkins.
of the Fall.
Yes, Legends of the Fall.
That's high. I like that.
You like that it's high?
Yeah.
No, I love that movie, man. I mean, I saw that 3 or 4 times in the theater. It's just... I'm a sucker for Edward Zwick. I think Edward Zwick is one of the... He's just like such a great director, and it's just weird that he, Jack Reacher too. It's like the King's Speech and fucking Cats. Like, what the fuck happened there? Why did he take this? Anyway.
No.
All right, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. 33 is my favorite Spike Lee movie ever made.
I
don't think
Malcolm X.
No, Malcolm X does not make this fucking list. Malcolm X. Terrible movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, not a fan. Movie. It's called Summer of Sam with John Leguizamo and Adrian Brody.
Okay.
It's a must-watch, dude. It's a must-watch. It's about a blackout in New York City in the 70s during the time of the Son of Sam killings. Son of Sam is famously the guy that, when he got caught, he said that a dog told him to do all the killings. Which they kind of examine in the movie a little bit, but I really think that is Spike Lee's finest moment as a director, and it made me feel like Spike Lee was a good director at that time, but I think Spike Lee is...
Adrian Brody.
Yeah, dude, Adrian Brody's fucking great in that movie, because he's like... It's like, they're all New Yorkers and shit, and they're all like, yeah, fuck you, forget about it, all that shit, and then Adrian Brody is the guy that comes back from London, because he was like all into punk, and he comes back, he's talking like this and shit, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Great movie. Number 32 is another gem that I know a lot of people have not seen. Again, saw it in the theater. Guy Pearce.
Oh, L.A. Confidential?
That's much higher on my list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Guy Pearce making the top 50 here twice. I know.
I like him. He's great.
Who would have thought? No, this movie's called Ravenous with him and Robert Carlyle. It's about the frontier times and about how and it's about how people discover that when you eat a human being that you take on their power. So it's kind of
fuck.
I know saying that sounds weird, but it's a very grounded, creepy thriller of a movie. But it's about cannibalism, and it's fucking kick-ass.
Oh,
movie,
that guy's in that, Neil McDonough.
No, that's one of your boys.
No, not really.
I thought he was one
Just
of your
because he
boys.
was a Band of Brothers.
Everybody in Band of Brothers is your boy.
That's true. He's okay.
Now, number 31 is a movie that it's one of the best movies of the 90s that not a lot of people seen, with Christopher Walken and my boy Lawrence Fishburne. It's a movie called King of New York by Abel Ferrara. And if you ever get a chance to see King of New York, it's a must see. It's like I mentioned New Jack City before, but King of New York is like the real deal, serious fucking New York gangster type. Not even gangster, just ghetto gangster, I guess would be the word. It's a better word for it.
Oh, great cast again.
Yes.
Wesley Snipes, Giancarlo Esposito, Steve Buscemi. Okay.
Who Giancarlo became even bigger, after that Breaking Bad role, man.
Oh yeah, he did.
What a role, man. What a fucking role to get, Number 30 is a movie that I know I've mentioned to you a couple times with Chris Cooper, Matthew McConaughey, Chris Christopherson, John Sayles, Lone Star. This movie could easily be in my top 10 for the 90s, but it's really hard for me to do a 90s list because there are so many good movies in the 1990s.
Yeah, that's true.
It is insane the amount of good movies in the 90s. I know it's on your list, so definitely check it out.
Yep.
Number 29 is a movie that I know made your list with our boy Raoul Duke.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which if you would have asked me at the time when it came out, it would have been number one. It probably would have been number one for 5 years, but it's slowly, dropped down the list a little bit here and there.
That's still great.
Number 28 is, now if I were to make a list of top comedies of all time, this would be in the running for number one for me because I think it's so funny. It's with Kevin Bacon.
No.
Tremors. Yes.
I wanted to say that, dude.
Tremors.
Come on.
Tremors!
I mean, it's a cool movie, but
I love it.
Come on, best comedy ever. What the fuck?
No, I love it. I love that movie so much. When there's a scene when Kevin Bacon freaks out and he goes, "Well, fuck you," and
I've seen that film.
I know. I mean, I know you're probably tripping because it's above Boogie Nights, but hey.
No, it's fine. It's your nostalgia. Okay.
Yes. 27, the best Die Hard movie in the fucking franchise, baby.
Is it A Good Day to Die Hard? No. What's the title? Live Free or Die Hard?
Oh,
the third one.
Yes, Die Hard with a Vengeance with Jeremy Irons and Samuel L. Jackson.
Confusing titles, dude.
Could easily be in my top 10 as well because I put this.
That's the first one I saw.
I put this as like one of my favorite action movies of all time, but I also think it's fucking funny. It's very politically incorrect humor.
I love buddy movies.
Yeah, and they do so well together, those two, man.
Yeah.
Like, they do so well together. Number 26 is a movie that didn't win Best Picture, but it should have won Best Picture with Tom Hanks.
Saving Private Ryan?
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
I'd put it a little higher, but it's not something that I want to put in, watch all the time. It's a little
But arguably the best war movie ever.
Arguably the best war movie of all time, yes. Definitely. It's hard. It's very hard to go against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number 25. Ron Howard makes an appearance again.
Backdraft.
Yes, Backdraft makes a cut. I love Backdraft. Backdraft makes me cry. Like, it just makes me fucking cry, man. Kurt Russell's character makes me fucking cry in that movie every time I've seen it. So, I love it. And a great cast, too. Great cast. Number 24. Martin Scorsese comes back yet again with Robert De Niro.
Goodfellas?
Oh, come on now. Do you think I would rate that?
Yeah, I know.
24th? Like,
with De Niro. Cape Fear?
Yes, Cape Fear. Mm-hmm. Counselor. I love it. I love that movie. Another thriller right after that at number 23 with Sharon Stone.
Basic
Michael
Instinct.
Douglas. Yes. Yeah.
My dad bought that the other day. I haven't seen it yet, but I will.
Good. I'd be anxious to see what you think of Basic Instinct. Just another thriller of a movie where it pushes a man to the brink. I just love it. And Michael Douglas does that so well. You know, just pushing shit to the brink. Mm-hmm. Now, number 22 is a Jeff Bridges movie that may come as a surprise. This movie I absolutely love. It's about a plane crash. It's a movie called Fearless. But demands to be on my list because I fell in love with this movie when I saw it. Probably one of my favorite Jeff Bridges movies of all time, but I know it's not going to make a lot of lists.
Haven't heard of it.
Number 21, Western, action Western, Kurt Russell.
Oh,
Val Kilmer.
Tombstone. I'm your Huckleberry.
I am your fucking Huckleberry. Goddamn right. You tell him hell's coming with me. Hell is coming with me. Number 20, another Western, but set in Australia.
Quigley Down Under is better than Tombstone for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I almost bought that today as well.
All I got to do is look at it
in my hands.
Just now, looking at this Google sheet, seeing the title Quigley Down Under, and I hear the music in my head, and I think about what a good time that movie is. I could watch it at any time.
I should buy it. It's at my local store.
No, don't buy it. Don't listen to me, because you're probably just going to be disappointed.
But it's Western.
I think you would like it. I do. It's fucking great, dude.
It has Ben Mendelsohn, you know.
Which is a trip. It's really a trip because I remember you telling me about that a couple episodes ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're right," because I saw his face immediately in my head. So, number 19, another movie that I don't think you've seen, Michael Mann, Daniel Day-Lewis.
In the Name of the Father? No, that's Jim Sheridan, right?
Close. Last of the Mohegans.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah, Last of the Mohegans. I love the movie. I think the last 10 minutes of that movie make the entire film for me when they do the chase up that fucking mountain. And the music is great. And the music, yeah, it would be hard for me. It's hard for me to go against that soundtrack. Maybe Conan the Barbarian, but close. Number 18 is another movie that I've told you to watch several times. Alec Baldwin, Al Pacino, Ed Harris, Alan Arkin.
Glengarry Glen Ross. Absolutely. Number 17 is the last time we see Oliver Stone for quite a while. JFK. Yep. Yeah. JFK probably could have been a lot lower, but I put it higher because I saw it so much when I was a kid. I was heavily into conspiracy, and JFK is so well crafted. It is so fucking well done. Like, that is one of Oliver Stone's best movies he ever did, and the cast is insanely good. Number 16, this is going to come as a surprise. Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock. Demolition Man,
baby.
Why is that a surprise?
Could have been fucking number one. You know, if you ask me on a certain day, what's your favorite 90s movie? You know, if I even think about Demolition Man, it's hard to. It's like the movie. Very good, yeah. It's like the movie that I never got a sequel to. You know, and it just fucking rips my heart apart because I just love it so much. I love the fact that Taco Bell is the fucking greatest restaurant ever. It's so silly. So stupid.
And Simon Phoenix, great.
And again, just like Maverick made Jodie Foster sexy, you know, Sandra Bullock, Demolition Man, my God. Anyway, 15 is, we've already talked about it, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Total Recall.
Another movie that if you ask me on a certain day, what's your favorite 90s movie? I could easily say Total fucking Recall. Number 14. This was the number one movie of all time for me for a very, very long time.
What?
It's a movie that you don't care for.
Quite a bit of lag.
Oh, no. Number 14 is a movie that was number one for me for a very long time.
Goodfellas.
The Big Lebowski.
Oh, God. Come on.
We want some money, Lebowski.
Get out of here.
So good.
It's so like good. Your opinion, man.
I still think it's the funniest movie ever made. Number 13, You just mentioned it, actually, with Daniel Day-Lewis.
The Name of the Father?
In the Name of the Father. Makes it at number 13.
That's the one I haven't seen from Sheridan.
Great prison movie. Number 12 is another movie that could have easily made the top 10. Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, David Fincher.
Oh. Fight Club.
Fight Club. And Fight Club's important. I think Fight Club is one of the most, not necessarily the movie, the literature. You know, I watched a recent interview with Chuck Palahniuk, the author, and he said that he wrote Fight Club in a way because he felt like there wasn't a lot of stories just for men. And he felt like he needed to tell this tale, that it's still a need for men to be primal and be rough with each other. And it's okay to be rough with each other, that kind of thing. Like, it just really resonated, man. It was a great interview. I think that guy is a fucking genius of writing, Chuck Palahniuk. And I think Fight Club is just, it's very poignant, even, you know, because it's always gonna come down to consumerism too. And like, people are always going to overconsume, basically what I'm saying. Anyway, number 11, arguably one of the greatest crime LA movies of all time.
LA Confidential.
With Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Oh, Heat.
Heat makes it at number 11.
Yeah.
Could have made top 10, but these next 10 movies were too hard to move here. So,
okay. Have I seen them all?
No. You've seen most of them, though.
Okay.
Number 10, LA Confidential. So you've seen it like 3 times. It finally makes the list here. Number 10. It's a top 10 movie for me, 10 out of 10 easily. So I can watch it any time of the day. And it's my favorite Russell Crowe character, even over Maximus, of all time. I love him as this. He has this problem with dudes hitting women and being rough. And he's just so good in that role. But Guy Pearce, too. Guy Pearce and Kevin Spacey. And I know I'm not allowed to like Kevin Spacey, but I don't give a fuck.
That doesn't matter today. It's a 90s list. Come on.
It doesn't matter any day. You know, I mean, think about it. Like, there's already, Usual Suspects, American Beauty, The Negotiator.
Outbreak.
Quite a few. Yeah, Outbreak. yeah. Number 9, Tom Hanks. David Morse.
The Green Mile?
Huh? Yeah, The Green Mile at number 9.
Good pick.
It's one that could be number 1. You know, all these movies could easily be number 1 for me. Number 8 might come as a surprise. The Quentin Tarantino masterpiece.
No.
What?
Okay, Reservoir Dogs?
No, number 8 is Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, but that can't be true.
Well, it is
made
true.
A mistake.
I didn't make a mistake because number 7 is Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, really? Okay.
I always put Reservoir Dogs.
But didn't you see like Pulp Fiction 7 times in the cinema?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also saw these other movies a lot in the cinema as well. So. And Reservoir Dogs, I always put above Pulp Fiction because I saw it before it. So it's always going to resonate with me a little bit more. Number 6, Best Picture winner, Mel Gibson.
Braveheart.
It was really hard to not have Braveheart in my top 10.
Yeah.
Now, number 5 is a movie that I know is not. This one's going to freak you out a little bit, but this movie means a lot to me. 1994, Brandon Lee, The Crow. Has to be on the list.
Come on.
You can say come on all you want, man, but The Crow is a cult classic, not only to me, but many people.
I mean, you hate my favorite movie, so that's, I don't know. I have nothing to say.
Jesus, man. You're never going to let this Once Upon a Time Hollywood shit go, are you?
No.
I think you need to.
Well, fuck you, dude.
Because, I mean, I'm not the only one that had issues with this.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I know, but there seems to be like, anytime I bring up a movie, there seems to be this comparison to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think it's ridiculous.
It's just sad that you hate it so much.
Okay, well, I do hate it that much. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I distaste it even more. So it just wasn't good. So anyway, number 4 could have been number 1. Tony Scott, Quentin Tarantino, True Romance could have easily been number 1, but These top three were hard. Were hard to go against. Number 3, Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman.
Redemption.
Yeah, it's hard.
What's your top pick though?
It's hard to go against Shawshank because Shawshank, to me it's perfect. So it could have been number 1, but the next 2 movies are perfect as well. Number 2, I watch it every single goddamn year. It's black and white.
Oh, Schindler's List.
Schindler's fucking List. I don't know.
Only seen it once.
I've always loved this movie. The scope of it. It's one of those true Best Picture winners, in my opinion. But number 1, a movie that did not win Best Picture because it lost to Dances with Wolves. The Martin Scorsese classic.
Goodfellas. Okay.
Goodfellas. See? And that goes back to you because you don't appreciate Goodfellas. So, I mean, what am I supposed to do?
That's fine. Okay. Good. But isn't there some stuff missing in your list?
Like what? What do you got?
American History X?
No, it wouldn't go on my list. I have
Bronx Tale?
No.
Primal Fear?
Mm-mm.
Leon the Professional?
It was on the list, but it got taken out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Lane?
Yeah, I mean, it might make it if I enjoy it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably get around to watching that at some point, though.
You should.
At some point.
Mm-hmm.
So that does it for the top 200 favorites for me, anyway.
No.
Now, you notice that there's no fucking Titanic on this list. No Titanic, even though I appreciate Titanic, but it didn't...
I do too, but it's not like masterpiece.
And you'll also notice that Forrest fucking Gump didn't make the goddamn list
but
either.
I knew that beforehand because you told me last time.
And that was well orchestrated. Well orchestrated. Because it doesn't deserve
fucking hater.
List. I am a hater. I'll own that. I'll own that all day. I'm all alone when it comes to Dindrum. Interview with the Vampire made it number 59. Number 59. So somebody tuned in a little too late, But yeah.
What about Dazed and Confused?
I thought that was overrated.
Okay. I would like to see that.
It's good, but it's just one of those movies kind of like, what can I compare Dazed and Confused to? It just seemed overrated. It just seemed overrated, honestly. But
isn't it always kind of rich to say something is overrated? Yeah,
but I have an issue with stoner movies. I feel like you have to portray a stoner well, and I think like Big Lebowski is an example of doing the stoner well, whereas Dazed and Confused is just like playing on the stereotype of the stoner in a way.
I see.
So, just the opening scene of Big Lebowski when he's writing a check for 69 cents for milk, or half and half. That is what stoners do, Stupid shit like that.
Honestly, I think I should see that again because it might be better than I think. I remember. Maybe I was just too young when I saw it the first time, and
I think you might appreciate it a little bit more. Yeah.
Also, probably my humor changed, and I saw that when I was like 15 or something. So I don't know,
Yeah. Could have easily been number 1, but there's other films that took the cake there. Took the cake.
Let me ask you something. If you could direct a movie, what would be the genre and who would be your lead actor?
It would be hard to go between sci-fi and Western. So
what? A Western?
Either sci-fi or Western.
Oh, okay.
That would be the hard part because I love movies in space, and I think there's too few of them.
You can make a space Western.
I wouldn't want to do a comedy. I wouldn't want to do a fucking crime movie, maybe. But Western or fantasy, I'd probably just adapt The Dark Tower and do it right. But Western, I think, would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you said lead actor?
Yeah.
I don't want to be like a homer and go with Daniel Day, but it's hard to go against. I wouldn't mind seeing Gary Oldman in a true Western though too. So, But you know what my mind gravitates to is Ryan Gosling. I just love
Dude,
Ryan Gosling.
what the fuck? I was just gonna tell you my pick is Western with Ryan Gosling.
There you go. See, as much as we disagree on it, we're still on the same wavelength, to a degree there, man. I mean,
that's weird, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think Western is like so stylish. I would enjoy that. Also, there aren't enough Westerns. Right?
No, there's not. And I would like to see more style. Just I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'd like to see Tarantino do another goddamn Western. So
yeah, me too.
I'd like to see a Civil War movie, but I don't know. We haven't seen a good Civil War movie in a long time. There's the Patriot for the Revolution, I love the Patriot.
Patriot isn't that great.
You got a problem with the Patriot? What's wrong with you?
That's way too patriotic.
Well, it's called the Patriot.
I know, don't say it. Come on. I mean, there's Glory. There was a movie called Free State of Jones a couple of years ago.
I didn't see that.
McConaughey and Mahershala.
It's got Mahershala.
Yeah, it was fine, but Did you find
the subliminal scenes inserted in Fight Club? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Steeny's even watching today. Wow. That's Dendrum's mom. I know. She likes movies like a motherfucker too. I'd be interested to see what her favorite movie of all time would be.
Oh, by the way, I would also like to direct a pirate movie. I want to see another pirate movie. Yeah, I think we talked about that one time when we talked about Tarantino, what his last movie should be.
That would be good. The pirate movie would be killer.
Pirate adventure movie, which is weird, but I think it would be cool.
I'd like to see a darker take on pirates, not the fantasy. Even though I do love those movies, but I'd like to see a darker, more grittier, grimy fucking pirate movie. It's got loads of blood and rape. You gotta have a lot of rape in there. I know it's a bad thing to say, but you gotta have a little rape in there if you're gonna have a pirate movie. That's what they did. They raped. Just like Vikings. Vikings. They were a little rapey. They were a little rapey. Leave It to Me is. I apologize. I do.
Oh, that's great.
It's a good movie, but it was a little rapey for me, so it's going to be a thumbs down.
Yeah.
So I think if there's anything you've taken from this list, you've got to run out and get Christophe Lambert's Fortress.
Yeah, right. That made the list, but Bronx Tale didn't. Okay.
It's true. I did choose Fortress over Bronx Tale, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with choosing all these movies because I did like the Bronx Tale, but this list is tough. It's a tough list.
Dude, how many movies have you seen from the 90s? Like in total?
I'd have to do the letterbox. Is it the letterbox that you want me to do?
Yeah. It'll take ages probably, but
yeah, that's a big undertaking to do that.
It is. I mean, I did it like twice.
And you said you've seen 1,300 movies?
Yep.
If that's what I recall, 1,300. I imagine I've seen, fuck.
3 times that.
I don't know if it's 3 times, but maybe twice. I don't know though, dude. Because there was there's moments where I wasn't really watching movies, but I was still going to the movies. I was still watching movies, but I go through these spurts where it's like I'll watch 20 fucking movies back to back to back, and it gets crazy. But I don't know.
I mean, I'm watching like at least one movie a day for more than a year now, or like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
You watched a lot last year too.
Yeah, 440 movies.
So it's crazy to think that before
this year
last
I'm already
year,
at 65.
What's crazy is to think that before last year you were under 1,000, and now you're well above 1,000 because of last year.
This year was wild.
But you enjoyed 2019. You enjoyed
2019 was the best year for movies ever.
Ever?
At least for me. Yeah. Honestly, because I experienced it live. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I saw all the great movies. Yeah.
Like to hear a TV series countdown. A TV series.
Oh, that's hard because
We could do it, but Anand doesn't like TV.
I watched some, but not many. So
Well, you need to watch more.
Nah.
Everybody wants to hear what Anand thinks of Lost.
I don't think so.
Come on, please.
I don't even want to know.
I mean, I could easily do a TV countdown. Here's the thing, though. Would Game of Thrones make your top 10 given the last 2 seasons?
No. I told you I was done with that show. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to think about it no more. Never.
Jesus.
Yeah, it just pissed me off. It was probably the biggest disappointment I ever had with a show or a movie or anything.
Oh, wow. Dindram just said she finished 6 Feet Under, which I would put up as probably my favorite show of all time TV was, because it's just incredible, that show. What did you think of the ending there? I'm just talking to chat, sorry.
Yeah.
So, next week, though, I will not have a list prepared, so this one's going to be all on you. I've done 2 weeks of this shit. My mind is hurt. I'm like, can't do it. I mean, like, I know I could do the list of 2000s if I wanted to, but I think a 2-week break might be in order for a list for me. And
do I want to do like my top 150 movies of all time, or top 200 or something?
I mean, we already know your top 3.
Yeah, my top 3 are certain.
We already know those. I would be interested in a top as much as you can do, man.
Yeah, but like, my top lists aren't that interesting because I keep talking about my favorite movies, and that's not
maybe
a surprise.
Maybe break it down to a genre then. That way, you have to think outside your box a little.
Yeah, but I could do like my favorite westerns, but I haven't seen that many. Like, it's only.
Then watch more.
Yeah, in 1 week.
I agree with you though. Favorite westerns is tough because we're all gonna put Good, the Bad, and the Ugly probably number 1.
Yeah,
and then work.
Even though I like Django as a movie more, but as a western, I think Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is the best one. I
mean, Django's in there, Bone Tomahawk's in there, obviously, but
Tombstone is in there, Open Range, Unforgiven, Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
The Great Silence.
And another one you need to see, The Outlaw Josie Wales, if you get a chance. Another Clint Eastwood classic right there.
Yeah, and Wild Wild West, of course.
Oh, well, I mean, you could probably skip that.
I saw that, sadly.
Unless you want to see Kenneth Branagh as a Spider-Man,
Dude, his beard is so ugly.
Pointy? Did he have a pointy beard in that?
It's weird. It has like a pattern. Just hideous.
Wild Wild West.
The only thing I remember is like there was like that giant spider in the end, and yeah, one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It was pretty terrible. Men in Black didn't make the list today, which
rightfully so.
It could have. I enjoy the first one. I don't care for the rest.
I think the third one is all right, just because of Josh Brolin. That's it.
Yeah, but then
the second one is terrible.
The second one was bad.
And the fourth one is just whatever. Like,
that's the International, right?
Yeah, with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that was just like you kind of wish you could be one of the big wigs sometimes and just say, "What are you fucking nuts?" It's not even gonna. It's just, it's gonna be a bomb right away. Just like the Charlie's Angels that came out.
Nobody asked for that, so
you fucking knew as soon as you saw that trailer. It's like, this is gonna bomb badly right here.
Yeah,
I tell you, Birds of Prey bombing was a bit of a surprise. I thought it
was, yeah, but I'm not mad about that. Kind of funny.
No, it is kind of funny because DC just probably scrambling again.
Oh, by the way, like I've seen 6 movies so far out of this year. Of 2020, and none of them is really that great.
What have you seen? You already told me, but Doolittle, terrible.
Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Sonic. Call of the Wild, and The Invisible Man.
I mean, what have I told you though? Like many times, January, February is the kiss of death. It's the kiss of fucking death. Like. I think every January and February you should just avoid the cinema.
No, the thing is, in Germany, January is pretty great because all the Oscar movies get released here.
That's true. That's true, because you did just see JoJo.
Yeah, right. And I saw The Gentleman and Parasite and stuff fairly recently. That's good, but yeah, I don't know. So Birds of Prey is basically the best movie I saw so far from 2020.
That's crazy to think that.
That's crazy, yeah.
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
That changes when Tenet comes around.
But isn't The Gentleman considered a...
No, it's 2019.
What? No. I'm tapping.
Yes.
Oh, shit! Wow. Oh, that's because the USA January 24th, 2020. So that's why.
Yeah, I think it was on some festivals probably, or the UK. I don't know.
The UK doesn't count. You know, they don't have. They don't have anything over there.
Actually, the UK has probably the best actors.
Well,
and the best bands.
They think they do. I mean, look, if you're born in the UK, if you act in a movie, you're going to get nominated. That's just the way it is. You know, it's like people love British accents. It's just a fact.
It's just not just the accents. It's like someone like Gary Oldman and Ralph Fiennes, amazing actors.
Like Judi Dench,
by the way,
completely overrated.
You know what we haven't done in a while? Rating actors.
You could do that. Well, didn't we already?
We can do that now because the list is still incomplete. I have some names written down that we haven't rated yet. Okay. 1 sec. We can do that quick, just in the mood.
Yeah.
All about the British accents. That's right. Who has the best British accent? Jason Statham?
Mark Strong's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Hunnam is pretty good.
He always sounds like he's trying to be American and trying to... I don't know. He's got a weird voice.
But he's easy to understand,
Yeah. Christopher Lee, See, it's funny how you can't think of any British actors at the moment.
Yeah, that's Colin Firth.
Bloody stammer. Best British accents. Sometimes you just gotta... Oh, man, it's giving me a fucking name of, like, all the weird... like
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
I don't know about that. It's a little strange.
Nah, yeah. Pattinson is not... For me, he's not, like, known for his British accent. He's just known as a great actor. Anyway, I have some names here. Want to rate them?
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen.
Rating as an actor, Viggo Mortensen.
As an actor, just as an actor, not as like how much you like him.
I'd go 8. 8.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Viggo is a solid 8 to me. He
was actually really funny in Green Book. Eastern Promises, he's really good in. I like him as Aragorn a lot.
You know how much I love Eastern Promises. So I mean that and History of Violence is his best, some of his best work right there.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone?
Yeah, Emma Stone.
Which one's Emma Stone? Why am I blanking?
What the fuck?
She's
one of my favorite actresses, dude.
Oh, this girl. Yeah.
What? She's like one of the big names. The fuck?
I mean, she's up there.
My God. Okay.
I would give her an 8 because she is very likable.
I think but she has the potential to be a 9,
Yeah.
But I would say 8 is fine. Yeah, right. Naomi Watts.
But I mean, we got Cruella de Vil coming up, so I mean,
Naomi Watts.
I like. Is
she
Naomi
British?
Watts. I like Naomi Watts a lot.
Oh, she's British, I think.
But I'd probably give her an 8.
Yeah, me too.
We got a bunch of 8s.
Yeah, right. Okay, next one's interesting. Mads Mikkelsen.
Ooh. As an actor, not likability?
Yeah.
7. Like Mads.
You haven't seen The Hunt, right?
No, I haven't seen The Hunt. But I like Valhalla Rising.
Rogue One.
I do like him in Rogue One a lot. I love him in Casino Royale too. I mean, I like the guy, but I don't know if he's like.
Yeah, I would say 7 is probably right.
Yeah, it's hard for me to give him an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali.
It's a 9 for me.
He's a 9. He's fantastic.
Easy
he's gonna
9.
get an
It could be a 9. He could be a goddamn 10, depending on the role. So
Charlize Theron.
It's another 9 for me.
I can agree on that. Since I've seen Monster, yeah.
That's right. You did see Monster. I forgot you saw Monster. It's like, if you're not a fan of Charlize, if you see Monster,
I'm not a huge fan, but she's great, yeah.
But between like Monster and Furiosa.
Oh, yeah.
And she takes a lot of different roles too, so you got to give her credit there. She does stretch it a bit.
Now that I think about it, she's an 8.
She's not afraid. That's what I like about her.
Yeah. Kurt Russell. Not the greatest actor, but he's
but based on likability, that's a 10 for me.
For me too. 11.
Based on likability, a 10. Based on acting,
a 6.
About a 6 or a 7. Yeah, about a 6 or 7.
I'm going with a 6, even though I
thought he was.
That guy.
I thought he was very good though in Bone Tomahawk. Like I thought his acting was better in Bone Tomahawk than it was in like Hateful Eight. I think Hateful Eight was on purpose though, like to be kind of over the top in Hateful Eight. But Bone Tomahawk, I thought he was very good in that role. I thought it was his best. Like
he's also great as Stuntman Mike. Come on,
right. But I don't think he's like I don't think
he's a 6, I guess.
I don't think he's like the best part of Tombstone. I mean,
No, that's Val Kilmer, hands down.
He has 2 notorious corny scenes in Tombstone. So, but I love that.
So what is it? A 6 or a 7?
I'm gonna go 7.
Okay, so he's a 6.5. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sean Penn, he's a 10.
Ooh. Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think there's any role that Sean Penn can't play.
What did you say? Did you say you agree?
I agree. Yeah.
I have some lag sometimes.
It's either a 9 or a 10. So, but I would go 10, honestly.
He's a 10.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Ooh. Let's go 5.
Nice reaction. I go with a 6.
5.5 sounds about right for Uma.
But I like her.
You don't like her?
Kill. I like her, but that's all because of Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction. That's it.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster.
Based on acting?
Yeah.
Ooh, 8.
Yeah, that sounds right, but I don't
mean, that's
like
a two-time Academy Award winner, but I agree. She's not likable, so the likability kind of plays into that a little bit. Even though the 2 Oscars she won, well deserved.
Jeff Bridges.
Ooh, likability, fucking 18.
Oh, yeah. 18.
I love Jeff Bridges. When Jeff Bridges dies, I'm gonna cry like a bitch and go into the fetal position. Jeff Bridges. But even in acting, like his later years, he's become a very good actor.
That's great.
Hell or High Water, Wild Heart, which he got the Oscar for. But even True Grit, he was good in True Grit as well. I'm gonna go 9 for Jeff Bridges.
I'm gonna go with 8.
8.5 sounds about right.
Yeah. Julianne Moore.
Ooh, that's a 10 for me.
Yeah, for me too.
Absolute fucking 10. Julianne Moore to me is arguably the greatest actress ever on screen. So.
Yeah, I can see that. Look, somebody's agreeing in my chat.
And she's never, she's another one that she's not afraid to take a role, man. She is not afraid. She doesn't play it safe. She takes some outside the box roles. And,
oh, yeah.
And she's, I mentioned the movie earlier, Shortcuts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fantastic scene with her where she's arguing with her husband and her vagina is out the entire time. But it's not the fact that, she's standing there with her pants off. It's the fact that she's able to act with her pants off like that and stay in the moment. Like she is fucking grade A fucking talent. So
yeah. Totally. I still have to see Still Alice.
The one she got the Oscar for
that, yeah. Right, next one, Jude Law.
I like Jude Law.
Me too. He's a 7, I think.
7 sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Straight 10.
Oh, 10.
Yeah, easy.
Easy 10. Easy
Selma
10. One of the saddest deaths in Hollywood in recent memory, in my opinion, is losing that man, because he still had, like, I don't know, 10, 15 great roles, at least.
I think The Master was right before his death.
Yeah.
For like a year.
Yeah.
And The Master is like maybe his best performance ever. So. Yeah.
Well, I would say Capote. Capote's
I've not seen that.
Ooh, you got to see Capote.
But he's just great in everything he does in the Paul Thomas Anderson movies and fucking everything, even in Hunger Games. All right, next one, Selma Hayek. I've not seen Frida, so
that's gonna be a 4 for me, dog.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, she's just all accent, so I never thought she was a great actress. So even with Frida,
with 5, I guess.
To me, Frida is just all makeup anyway. So you could put J-Lo in there, put a unibrow on her, and you got Frida. So,
but next one's good. Marion Cotillard.
Oh,
she's a 9, I think.
That's a 9, yeah, absolute fucking 9.
Okay, next one's interesting. Keanu Reeves, like likability of 1,000, but.
But he's done good movies. He's acted well in some movies, but in terms of acting,
I would say 4.
I'd give him a 6.
Oh, really?
6, yeah. Because he was really good in The Devil's Advocate. That's the movie I point to for the Keanu performance that was actually really good.
I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't like him, but he's just not a good actor, It's
No, I agree. I believe he's capable. I think if you have the right director, like I'd love to see.
I mean, he's good in John Wick, but it's not a demanding role.
It's not an acting, but But I mean, I'd like to see Keanu with a Tarantino, a Paul Thomas Anderson, somebody tough, to see.
Can push him.
Yeah, I'd like to see him pushed, basically.
Have you seen Knock Knock? Eli Roth?
That's not the push I'm talking about. That movie. Look, we both agree that Knock Knock was fucking awful.
Joe Pesci.
Ooh, that's fucking a 9 for me.
Let's say he's an 8.
Easy 9
for me. He's either a gangster or comedy.
Right. 8.5 feels good though. You can't go wrong with that.
Okay, next one is also interesting. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Based on acting, he's gets
likability.
A 5.
He's a 10. But,
yeah, he gets a 5 for me actually.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I feel like he's done some roles that were pretty good.
Yeah, but Stallone is way better actually.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Wait, did we rate Stallone?
We haven't rated Stallone yet.
You sure? It's been a few weeks.
That was like months ago when you did your ratings.
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit.
Right. We didn't rate him yet. Okay. Next time, maybe. Denzel Washington.
A 9.
Yeah, I can agree.
It's hard for me to do that because I don't like a lot of his movies, honestly.
You don't like Denzel?
No, I like Denzel. I just don't like a lot of his movies. I think the majority of his movies are not for me. But when I think about him in Glory, even Malcolm X, he's fantastic. He could easily be a 10, but he goes a 9 for me.
Well, next one is weird. Sophie Turner. Sansa Stark.
Oh Jesus! Okay, that's gonna be a 2, a 2 for me.
2. Okay, that's
I
harsh.
think she's fucking terrible. I think she's
she is
the worst on Game of Thrones. I don't know. Bran I think would probably be the worst, but Sansa Stark was god awful. Awful.
And also as Jean Grey, she's not good.
Like I liked the casting when I heard about it because red hair, young, that could work, but her acting is terrible. It's bad.
Yep. True that. Amy Adams.
Oh, I love me some 80.
9.
9. Easy 9.
David Thewlis.
And she could be a 10 depending on the role. So
true.
David Thewlis.
8.
I agree. 8. I can't really go against him.
Tilda Swinton. She's very. She has a lot of range.
Eclectic too.
She's also. She's a 9.
Again, another one that could go 10 depending on the role, but also
She
could go,
does some weird roles.
I was just going to say also could go 5 depending on the role. So, but I do like her. I think she's got some likability to her. She's strange, different.
Brie Larson.
This one's weird. This one's conflicting because I think she deserved the Oscar for Room. I thought she was great in Room, but everything else that I've seen her in has not been good. So it's that one is the weirdest one and the hardest one to decide because it's like that's difficult, man.
I think 6, but her performance in Room is great, so it's...
Yeah, I go 6.
Weird, yeah.
I'll be with you and with the 6 there because I don't know if we'll see her in a role like that again.
I mean, also the movies she made were all like blockbusters after that, so...
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her as Captain Marvel. She was not that great in King Kong. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Kong Island. Holy shit, I forgot about that movie.
Jaimin Hunsu.
6.
Or 7.
6, 7, yeah.
Not for Blood Diamond, come on.
Well, Amistad too. He was fucking fantastic in Amistad.
Adam Driver.
9.
He's a 9.
Yeah, he's a 9 because he's only going to get better too.
Yeah, he's going to be a 10.
Marriage Story just upped his ante and upped his stock
He was
so
also
much. So
really great in The Report and a few emotional scenes he's had.
I mean, everything I've seen him in ever since, Girls. When I first saw him in Girls, I thought he just stole the whole show. And
it's the best part about Black Klansman.
Yeah, he's the only good part about Black Klansman. So
I like John David Washington.
I'm looking forward to him in Tenet. To Tenet.
Me too. Vince Vaughn.
Oh, fuck. Talk about likability. Okay.
Yeah, but he did some experimental roles in the last couple of years with
did.
Craig Zala. And
I get the feeling that that won't be the last time we see him in a Zayler role. Like, I feel like Zayler is going to have him again at some point. So I'd go 7.
I'd go 6.
Yeah, 6 and 7 sound pretty good for Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Huge likability for me.
Okay, so now no likability. Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This one's pretty tough because I do feel like he can act.
Yeah, he can. Social Network is pretty good.
But it's like, is his acting a one-trick pony? Is all he can play is this socially awkward dude, that he doesn't, but he does it very well. And I'm going to agree that a 6 feels right. I kind of like, I don't know. Part of me would like to see him in something good, but then part of me just doesn't like that guy.
Yeah. I have the same feeling. Don Cheadle.
8, yeah.
Rosamund Pike. That's the last one, by the way.
Fuck. Again, another actress that was so good in one role, but not so much in another one.
6.
6, yeah. 6.
All right.
But I honestly hope that she can get back to that Gone Girl level, but that's a role that I don't think, it's one of the best roles ever. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let's see which actors we rated 10 out of 10 in the past.
Okay.
So DiCaprio was a 10 out of 10 for us.
10 out of 10. Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yes.
Christian Bale.
10 out of 10.
Joaquin Phoenix.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Kate Blanchett.
You rated her 10 out of 10?
Yeah, you too.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Ralph Fiennes.
Yes.
Philip Seymour Hoffman and Julianne Moore. That's
not a bad class.
Yeah.
It's not a bad class, but I would almost be willing to say that Gosling will be in that.
Oh yeah. Wait.
I think he's a 9.
Did we rate him? We rated Gosling. You gave him an 8, and I gave him a 9.
So he was 8.5 then.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and change that to 9. So he's just slowly climb up.
Also, he has so much likability.
The reason that I give him that, extra half there is because I recently watched The Nice Guys, and every time I watch that, I just love the man more. So
Nice Guys is one of the best comedy movies ever.
I'm so happy you enjoyed that movie, dude. That movie's so good, man.
They were whores. Colin Firth is also almost a 10 for me at least.
Did I give him
Wait.
a 9?
You gave him an 8, I gave him a 9, but I think I was like
My argument was
arguing with myself.
My argument was, can Colin Firth not be Colin Firth?
Yeah, that's
he's so.
that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, it's kind of like, I don't want to say Tom Cruise because I think Colin Firth is a better actor than Tom Cruise, but you know, Tom Cruise is always kind of Tom Cruise.
Did we rate Tom Cruise?
I don't know.
I think we did. Oh, we gotta change some ratings, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we both gave Adam Sandler a 3. That's not true.
What would you give him now?
A 7.
I like
Because
that.
I've seen Punch Drunk Love, The Meyerowitz Stories, and Uncut Gems in the meantime. So
Uncut Gems was fantastic. The more I think about
that's
Uncut Gems, the more I fucking love that movie, dude. That movie was so fucking good. It was unexpectedly that good.
I could see that again, actually.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, I was blown away by that movie, dude. Blown away.
Oh, by the way, there were some actors that I gave it 10 and you didn't.
Okay.
Robert De Niro, I gave 10, you gave him a 9.
I did.
So he's a 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave Willem Dafoe a 10 and you gave him an 8.
I stand by that.
Wow.
Actually, I'll give Willem Dafoe the 9 since The Lighthouse, because we did that before The Lighthouse. So.
Yeah.
But I stand by my 9 for De Niro, because De Niro has the shortcoming of not being able to fucking cry that well. Even though he's shown emotion, like Silver Linings Playbook, he did a very good job of showing that subtle emotion, but it's still like he's still being rough and gruff fucking De Niro. So, yeah. I think De Niro, like, as much as I loved him in The Irishman, I think we've seen, you know, I think we've seen
we've seen it all.
I think we've seen the last hurrah of De Niro. I don't know if we'll see another.
I'm curious though. I'm really hyped for The Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's true.
Because it's a Western crime movie. Like I think DiCaprio's that cop or like investigator on the case, and De Niro's his partner. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and we haven't seen them together since This Boy's Life. So
yeah,
it's weird to think about that.
It's a Western.
Well, yeah, but it's like in the 20s. Is that really
It's
Western?
a modern Western, yeah.
Yeah.
A late Western.
That's not a real Western, bro.
Doesn't matter. I think it's about it, like the case is the killing of several Native Americans, I think.
So
it's kind of I mean,
I'm hyped. I mean, it's tough to contain the hype when you hear
those three names.
Just the fact of Scorsese, DiCaprio together, just they make fucking magic on the screen together. So
every time, yeah.
Every single fucking time. Like they've been batting 1,000 ever since they started together. So it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
No.
Like, I mean, Scorsese's a smart guy. You know, he latched onto De Niro at a young age, and then he traded him in for DiCaprio in a way. You know what I mean? Like, that's a smart play by Scorsese.
Right.
But it feels like DiCaprio is a darling of everybody, though, because then you think about Spielberg. They've worked together a few times as well, you know?
A few times? Catch Me If You Can? Isn't that it?
Yeah, it might be it, huh? I guess what am I thinking of, then?
He did J. Edgar with Clint Eastwood.
That's totally not it. Yeah. I guess I was wrong.
I think Scorsese is the only director he worked multiple times with.
Didn't you say you were on a quest to watch all?
Oh, no, he was
movies?
in Tarantino.
Didn't you say you were on a quest to watch all DiCaprio movies?
Yeah, that's one of my lifetime goals, you know.
So does that mean you're gonna watch Celebrity, the Woody Allen movie? I saw that the other day, and I was thinking about, like, I have to bring this up to him. I wonder if he's gonna go down the Woody Allen path.
Who knows?
Maybe we need to rate all the Woody Allen movies. You know, let's just watch.
Only
them all.
seen 2. No, please no.
Which ones did you see?
Midnight in Paris, which was actually good, and Annie Hall.
Ooh, Annie Hall.
Annie Hall is just nonsense, you know.
Overrated, man. Overrated.
Yeah.
She got the Oscar for that shit. That movie won Best Picture, did it not? Like, that's crazy to me, man. Crazy. Anyway.
Oh. By the way,
what?
one of my coworkers, she's a huge fan of Michael Sheen. That's weird.
That is a little weird, right?
But he's cool. I like him.
That is different, though.
I gotta see the Queen. What's that?
Oh, the Helen Mirren.
Oh.
She plays the Queen. She got the Oscar for that, didn't she?
Oh, really?
I think. Am I tripping?
Oh, she did, yeah.
Oh, look at that. I still know
I'm
my
glad
shit.
I'm glad that I saw Frost Nixon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Sheen is great.
Michael Sheen, what do you rate him?
Oh, that's...
It's a good one, huh?
He's a good... Like, he was the best part about Apostle.
I feel like he's an easy 8, but
He is. Yeah.
toys with the idea of a 9, you know? Like, he could be a 9.
I'm giving him an 8.
Yeah, I think 8 feels good, but like he could really be in that 10 category. I feel like if he had the right roles.
Yeah, he is in Nocturnal Animals. I gotta see that.
That's a good movie, dude.
Yeah, I heard.
Good movie.
Oh, he's in the second Alice in Wonderland movie.
Ooh, hey now, let's all watch that.
The Twilight, yeah.
I still say Twilight is worth watching. I know that sounds weird coming from me, but I mean the worst part about Twilight is the Taylor kid.
Taylor Lautner.
God, man, that I swear to God,
he's not an actor. He's a fucking.
It has been a long time since I wanted to punch a screen because you just hate someone's face so much. Yeah. And that's just one of those people, dude. Like I really want you to watch the Twilight movies just so I could see what you think. So.
I mean, for Michael Sheen and Pattinson, maybe.
Well, you got to see it too because Michael Sheen overacts. Like I think in the last movie, like really bad, and it's kind of laughable, but funny, kind of funny.
He probably did it on purpose.
I don't know. I think it was overacting. I think a little bit there.
Well, there's a movie called Far From the Madding Crowd with him and Carey Mulligan.
What's my favorite one with him? What's the best?
I would say Frost Nixon is his best role that I've seen.
Michael.
Even though he's very good, he makes good omens basically alongside David Tennant.
Well, he was really good in that show Masters of Sex too. If you ever get a chance to watch Masters of Sex, it's a good show.
You know that I don't watch shows.
You should watch shows because shows are on the quality of film these days. So you're doing a disservice to yourself. You know.
Yeah.
A disservice. I'm trying to think here. There's like a movie that I'm like not thinking of with him. Maybe it is Apostle. Because he was the best part about Apostle.
Yeah.
Apostle really wasn't that good of a movie.
Disappointment of a movie, basically.
Yeah, it was. That actor I struggle with that guy a little bit.
Dude, Dan Stevens is not good.
Yeah, Dan Stevens. That's the guy.
He is the Beast and the Beauty and the Beast, and I don't know, he's just... he also played a very shallow villain in Call of the Wild. He's just not good. I don't like him.
I still can't believe you went and saw Call of the Wild and Doolittle, man.
I mean, Call of the Wild isn't on the same level of terribleness than Doolittle, but
what's great is when you have two bad movies and you're like comparing them. You're like, yeah, Call of the Wild was kind of better than Doolittle.
It's not like I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's actually okay, but I just don't like that they didn't use any actual footage of landscapes.
Right. Like I think Call of the Wild would have been a much. I think it would have been a draw for me had it been practical and not this CGI.
Yeah, dude, it's in
madness.
Fucking Alaska.
Yeah,
give me some good landscape shots.
I mean, there is a Call of the Wild movie way back in the day.
Several.
Yeah.
Like 7 or 6 movies. There's also a movie called Togo coming out on Disney Plus, or it's out in the US, I think. I think we talked about that last time.
Yes, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe one, which has 8.1 on IMDb. That's crazy.
Willem Willem.
Willem.
It's not William, it's Willem. Anyway.
Right.
Well, this was a fun show.
Yeah.
So do you know what you're gonna have next week? You're just gonna toy with some list?
Yeah. I mean, I have time to prepare something, you know.
You always do.
There's got to be something.
Hopefully I'll be able to watch a movie or two this week. Hopefully.
Lane.
There's a lot of shows that I need to get caught up on. I still got the last season of Billions. I got the second season of Succession.
Just watch Lahane. It's like 90 minutes.
I might watch Lahane. Okay. I might. Just to be nice. You know.
All right. And next week I might have a new microphone.
That is exciting, man. Like I really thought you'd have it today, and I was, but
sadly not.
I mean, it's not like you sound terrible though. You sound pretty good for just a headset fucking mic. But when you have a USB mic,
it could be better. So
you'll probably notice it on the playbacks big time.
Also, as I said, if we're gonna do the Spotify stuff, then I want to have a good mic.
I love how you're just shooting for the stars on Spotify.
Well, it's more consistent, I guess.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
because
that you're willing to go through the work.
I don't upload these shows anywhere, you know.
So you have them not saved anywhere, or did you download the MP3?
Never.
Oh, so
I know that you upload.
Only I have the archives, mate.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's key to have a YouTube channel to archive shit, no matter if you want them public or private. It's good to have somewhere just to keep shit, because you know, I don't know, that's scary losing all that content. I would hate to lose these. I'm proud of these 19 episodes.
Oh yeah, me too.
We've done. So next week, episode 20, bro.
It's like an anniversary. 20 episodes, that's quite a lot, actually.
It's pretty good.
Weeks.
It's pretty good considering the gap that we had from episode 1 to 2.
I mean, that doesn't really count as episode 1.
No, it doesn't. And I think that since we've gotten back, we've done, you know, we've been pretty consistent. I know I was out of town 1 week, but I think we've only missed, I know I missed a week there because I was a little grumpy.
Yeah, in total, I think we missed like a month, probably.
That's not
4
bad.
weeks or something.
Not bad at
all.
No. All right. Well, until next week, sir.
All right.
All right. Have a good weekend, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for episode 19 of Stairway to Cinema. Dendrum, Christine. Let's just say Christine. Thank you guys for tuning in today. It's always nice to have someone to hang out with and chat the chat. But yeah, my list of 200 movies is not going to be the same as anybody else's, I'm sure. I mean, you know, you got movies like Fortress, Jacob's Ladder, Galaxy Quest, Men at Work, Death Becomes Her, The Faculty, you know, a lot of weird movies in here. You know, I recognize that, but the top 10, any one of those movies could have been number 1. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with episode 20. You guys all have a fantastic weekend. Take care.